to
Podcast League now. Starring the Casablanca Kid. He turns good taste into bad. Movie hero. He has a stutter, but he's smooth like butter. And Pez, with the ability to Pez.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Podcast League Now. This is the first inaugural episode of our new podcast for the show, so welcome. And you know that I'm leaving that in, Chris, right? The little bird you gave the camera, right?
Oh, absolutely. And the most ridiculous thing is there's like we can kind of explain that. Pez was giving me shit, and he's like, "Shut up!" Yeah. And I was like, I started with the middle finger, like right in the beginning.
Yeah. And then for the revenge, they're gonna leave this logo right in front of my eyeballs, so you can't see me, which is probably for the best because I'm not the best looking person anyway. So just cover me up as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole entire time. Let me see if I can. There you go.
Hey, hi. Oh, there I go again. Oh, there I am.
Oh my gosh!
We'll just flash it up.
Oh God.
From time to time. Yeah. Or else we'll have to go like this. We'll have Chris down there, and then we'll cover him up.
Rotate it around.
Hi.
Yeah. There you go.
Anyways, welcome everybody. Podcast League now, baby. It's live.
Yeah. So
like anything can happen.
Yep. So
anything already has happened with the pre-show.
So this show,
Jesus.
Basically, how it's gonna work is we're just gonna just have fun conversations about life and tell some crazy stories. There'll be some hijinks. We'll just be having a good time. Just see what the conversation
There'll be some
takes
drinking
us.
With a skull shot glass.
Right on.
Excited like you do. I have a mug of coffee that I've been drinking.
Right on.
It's goblet.
My Tim Hortons dark roast coffee, which is the best coffee made by
on. So, yeah, Chris, how you doing?
Doing good, buddy. Man, I'm. This is exciting. You know, it's funny. You were talking to me about, hey, kind of what you love. So I went with my Batman anniversary hat, and I went with a dope Batman shirt.
Oh, nice. Right on. Yeah, that.
Yeah, classic.
Awesome
the Batman Starry Night shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, Batman Starry Night shirt. Exactly.
There you go. Yeah, just for our listeners who may not be seeing this, it's the Batman Starry Nights takeoff.
Right. I should have wore my Deadpool doing the Screamer painting where he's like this, like doing that.
Doing the facial screams. Well, I'm wearing
for next episode.
my Graboids Jurassic Park takeoff shirt where it's the Jurassic Park logo, but it says Graboids for Tremors, one of my favorite movies. So that's what I'm
right
wearing.
On. And we got
what a great movie.
And with that we have Austin Pez Howell. So
yeah, man.
And how you doing?
I'm doing good. I drank 2 shots before the show and 1 just now, so I'm trying to get my giggle juice going so I can be funnier and let the filter loose so the podcast will be lots more fun. So hopefully by the time we get to the end of the show, I will say anything and everything that comes into my brain. So let's roll.
We might sing show tunes even.
Maybe. I only
never know.
A British tar is a soul as free as a mountain. I only know that because of the Star Trek movie.
Yeah, or sing some Irish pub tunes.
Irish drinking songs.
What would you do with the Yeah. What would you do with the drunken sailor? What do you do with the drunken sailor early in the morning?
And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more would I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Anyways, that's another episode. That's for the St. Patrick's Day episode.
Right. And for me, I've got a couple of my big YouTube influencers. I got Rhett and Link, Good Mythical Morning, so I got to rep those guys tonight, and I'll maybe talk about them a little later. And I also got these two new drinks I'm gonna try out. I've never tried them first time. So I got the new Mountain Dew Baja Flash and Mountain Dew Baja Punch. So we'll see if they're any good. And also, I always drink my drinks on ice. It's just something that I grew up. I kind of got it from my mom. So I got my two little glasses. I'm just gonna
It tastes a lot
pour
better
myself a
than
little
ice,
drink. Yeah,
I prefer
much
Mountain
better.
Dew Flash Punch, which when you drink it, somebody punches you in the face
Right?
really quickly.
There you go. Good times. So yeah,
I gotta just like say this, and I know Jordan, we've been friends for a long time, man, and I know you're obsessed with Baja Blast, but that stuff's absolutely the worst Mountain Dew ever made. It's
No way.
yeah,
Number 4, baby.
Bob
All right.
Blast is the best Mountain Dew ever made. That's why Taco Bell had to lock that stuff down. because
Watermelon
anyone
Mountain
else
Dew,
getting
though, on the
a hold
other
of it.
hand, is basically crap.
That
It's
melon
amazing.
mania shit is good,
Yes.
man. Like I don't
It is
even
pretty
like
good.
watermelon, but like that
Yeah.
Mountain Dew is the shit. Like it's good.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I concur.
Well, guys,
So,
just
yeah.
in case you're wondering, we would love a Mountain Dew
Let's see.
sponsor, and
Right.
expect Tim Horton sponsors us.
Not a sponsor
We will
yet,
eat
but maybe.
or drink anything, and if Svedka, the Swedish vodka company, wants to sponsor me, I'll drink it on every show.
Right? Yeah, so we just kind of wanted to just kick things off, but just introducing ourselves a little bit. This is kind of like sort of like a get to know you type of episode. Just let you know what the podcast is all about. Get to know who we are, and we're obviously all huge movie fans, so we're definitely gonna still talk about movies some, but we want to kind of veer off from some other parts of our lives and just kind of tell you some stories, tell you some of our other interests that we also have too. So it should be fun. So basically, I just wanted to kind of kick it off with just telling a couple of things about ourselves. So I'll start off. So a few things about me. So I'm a massive NBA fan. I've been watching this series. So I just watched the Phoenix Suns whip up on the Lakers. Yes, because I'm not a LeBron James fan or a Los Angeles Lakers fan. I can't stand the Lakers. However, I do love Kobe Bryant. I think Kobe Bryant was a legendary player. Same with some of the old school Lakers, Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, some of those guys. But I could talk NBA all day long. So I
have a quick question, Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't watch much NBA. Do they have fans back yet, or are they still doing empty arenas?
They have fans back. So basically they just leave it up
Okay.
to the individual arenas to kind of do it how they want. So there's a few that are at full capacity, and there's a few that are just kind of half capacity. It also depends on the laws of the states. Like I know California is a lot stricter, and or like New York, some of those liberal states are a little stricter on that stuff. But it depends. But definitely Texas, that's one state.
And
they have
Florida is a free for all, baby. They just did AEW
Florida?
just did a wrestling pay-per-view at Daly's place and had like a full 4,000 people or whatever it was, like wall to wall. It was awesome. Oh yeah, man, it was cool.
Nuts.
It's fun to watch.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's Florida, bro. I lived there for 30 years, man. Florida is like its own country. It's not even a state. It's its own territory with its own rules. Like you can Google your birthday and Florida something like in a news story and find some nutty news story about some drunken guy on meth running through a gas station or something.
The
Florida,
local radio station 100.3 The X, they have a morning show, and one of the things they talk about is is it Florida or is it? I'm trying to remember. Wow, this is bad. But one of the things they focus is this a Florida story? Yeah.
Right.
So with
it's a bit you could do, and most of the time it's yes, because there's nothing crazy that is beyond the reach of Florida. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So
sorry, Jordan. I didn't mean to cut you off, sir, but I was just diverting.
No, you're good.
Please tell us more about yourself.
We're just
Our gracious host.
But when it comes to NBA, though, I'm a diehard LA Clippers fan, though, so that's kind of why I don't really like.
I'm sorry to hear that.
The Lakers. I mean, but I'm also a bit of a Utah Jazz fan. It's pretty worn out because I've worn this thing to death. But that is a Utah Jazz bracelet because I grew up in Utah for part of my life. I lived there until I was about 11 years old. I played on the junior Jazz team, so I got to meet meet the entire team back then when they had John Stockton, Karl Malone, and then there's one game we got to go to. We got to do a scrimmage at halftime, and they're playing the San Antonio Spurs. So I met Tim Duncan and David Robinson. When Tim Duncan was a rookie, that was Tim Duncan's rookie season. So that was awesome. Yeah, and so there's that, and then something else about me. I was born with a stutter, so I mean you can definitely hear it from time to time, but I'm just pretty open about it. So one of the things is I need to just remind myself to talk slow, because I just tend to just talk super fast, and when I do that, I kind of stumble over my words. So I gotta just slow it down. So just let me take some pauses to just like in my own head. I'm trying to remind myself to just speak slowly and distinctly.
To kind of jump in there, is someone that when I was younger, I struggled with a stutter pretty much most of my life. So I went to like speech coaches and everything else, and they'd do the read the sentence slowly, enunciate your words, which is why now I have such a.
I've been through all of that.
Yeah. So I get it, man. It's definitely a daily struggle, though, because I know when I get excited about something, I definitely start stuttering. Or I basically forget how to talk.
Right. Yeah, just runs on my dad's side of the family. I have an uncle who like has such a hard time that like it's almost difficult to even have a conversation with him. He just can't get the words out, and I've seen him do some public speaking. So like he definitely pushes himself. That's what I try to do with doing YouTube and stuff. Try to push myself, but a couple other things just real quick. So one of my biggest passions in life is that I love to travel. Any chance that I get to travel, I'll put all my money, like basically either goes into this YouTube channel or it goes towards traveling, like because that's what I would love to do. I actually have a bucket list goal that I want to visit every single one of the 50 states in the United States and see at least one significant thing in every single state before I die. And no airports don't count, and just like driving through and like stopping at a gas station or a rest stop, that doesn't count. You got to see something of actual significance. So
but there's some nice gas stations and rest stops, though. Like, why does that not count?
Right? Yeah. Right.
The rest stop when you enter North Carolina, when you're like coming to where I live, has like automatic doors. That's like crazy for a rest stop.
That's like something out of the future, man.
Yeah.
Serious.
I believe it was South Dakota. They have like a whole like rainforest and shit, like actual like wild birds and.
Oh yeah,
pretty damn cool, dude. Yeah, you can find some.
I've actually heard about that
at rest stops. So yeah.
Yeah, there's
and they actually have some pretty bomb food at rest stops too.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's this guy who has a YouTube channel. It's called KDB Productions. He's a Canadian guy, and one of the episodes he actually went to the big truck stop in South Dakota. It's actually the biggest one in the United States, and it has the rainforest and all that stuff you're talking about. There's a video of it, so you can go check it out. But yeah, that's just a few little things about me. I guess one little thing too, like my style. So like if I could wear just like a graphic tee, shorts. I got my like plaid like cargo shorts on. Usually I have a pair of flip flops and these shades on. If I could wear that 24/7, that's my style. Like I do it like even in the middle of the winter, like it's my thing. So that's one little thing to know about me. And like my style doesn't really change with the times. I just kind of have my own style and I just like roll with it. So I'm like still wearing cargo shorts when maybe they're kind of out of style, but I don't care.
Dude, I still wear cargo shorts. They're very convenient, man. Screw anybody that says otherwise, because I put my wallet in the cargo pocket so that nobody steals it, and I can feel it slapping against my thigh at all times, and I know it's there.
Exactly.
So you know what? Forget it. Cargo shorts are very, they're very helpful. Lots of pockets. Right. I appreciate it because I carry all kinds of crap when I walk around, and I need pockets.
Me too. I usually carry way too much crap. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. I'm prepared for every situation just in my pockets.
I was infamous for always carrying change, but then again, it usually helped me like hanging out with friends like Jordan and other people, where they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, seriously? You're gonna pay for change with that? No, dude, just I'm gonna pay.
My thing is I always carry 3 pens and a Sharpie because nobody's pens work wherever you go. So I always bring my own.
Yes.
Like, if you go to a restaurant, all the pens are always out of ink. If you have to sign something somewhere at the bank or whatever, like everything's always out of ink. So like I bring my own pens everywhere, and I always bring a Sharpie in case I just need to like draw on something randomly, which doesn't happen a lot, but you know, I'm prepared like that. And I keep doggy poop bags in another pocket, and then like a pocket knife, and then who knows, maybe some fingernail clippers, maybe some gloves. I don't know. I carry all kinds of junk in my pockets. It takes me 5 minutes to get ready to go for a walk.
Maybe like an entire tool set. Maybe like the little
just carry a tool belt. I
change.
just wear a tool belt and right under my shirt. Why not?
Maybe the jack for your tires too. You carry like a whole refrigerator full of food. And you pull out a sandwich and start eating. You know?
Bro, it's like that old All That sketch of like Bag and Sag and Barry with Kenan Thompson, where he just could pull like microwaves out of his pants. And
Or I love that Adam Sandler skit or the song. He's like, wallet, gone, keys.
Oh yeah.
Phone, wallet, keys. Phone, wallet, keys. No.
Yeah.
Well, that's and for a while there, it was phone, wallet, keys, mask. Phone, wallet, keys, mask, which was like not a very good addendum to the song, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But that's a little bit about me. But Chris, you want to tell us a few things about you, like a few of those fun facts or whatever.
Absolutely. So I'm an Eagle Scout. I don't know why I started out with that. That's the first thing I tell everybody. But yeah, I'm an Eagle Scout, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, me too.
You know, I've come to realize that like only 4%.
Tie me a knot right now.
Tie me a bowline hitch. I want to see the bowline hitch now.
There's your bowline hitch.
Or you don't get your badge.
Yeah.
Dang it! But
you don't get your basket weaving badge.
Make me a fire on the podcast right now in your wastebasket.
I worked so hard to get this.
Yeah, you did.
But you can't use any matches. You got to use like rocks and stuff.
Whatever you can find in the room to make a fire.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool. Only a 4% of people that join scouting actually finish it. And I got to go to an Eagle Scout dinner and meet famous Olympic skater Mary Lou Retton. Got her autograph. It was pretty damn awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Mary Lou Retton, star of Naked Gun 33 1/3, I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I think she has a cameo.
I know she was in that.
I could be making that up.
I didn't realize
Not
that.
like the star.
I wouldn't be surprised. We're like movie
Let me
trivia.
fact check that.
Yeah, right. Fact check that for me. I could be completely making that up.
No.
Let's see. My favorite movie of all time is Casablanca, which I first got introduced to it in an English class in high school. We were studying
the Casablanca Kid.
Yeah, exactly. Casablanca Kid, aka Christopher Scott, which would not fit all the way, so Casablanca Kid kind of fit. So I've always kind of, always looked up to and kind of idolized Humphrey Bogart. So hence the Casablanca Kid. You know, I've seen basically all of his movies. I'm pretty sure, especially Casablanca, like probably 1,000 times, easy. And
you're the one that introduced it to me. I saw it for the first time with you in that very room that you're sitting in.
The first time I saw it, I was fortunate enough to see it in a theater at one of the TCM repertory screenings. So that was my first experience with it. Because, it's always good to see a classic movie. If it's your first time to see it, like on the big screen, is always good. Yeah. Same way I saw Citizen Kane and like Lawrence of Arabia. I was fortunate there was a theater near my house that did those classic film series, and I got to see some of those on the big screen. So that's always good for a first time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's nothing like seeing a film on the big screen. Nothing like it.
Especially 2001: A Space Odyssey when I saw it in IMAX.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, we'll move on. I know. He's like, yeah, I know.
I would rather punch myself in the face over and over. But maybe I'll actually do a live watch or something with that movie. I probably can't though, because it's copyrighted. But maybe I'll actually do a watch.
It's not really fun for like a live commentary because there's like 10-minute sequences of just like a shuttle docking or something with just ballet music. So it's really not much you can like riff on or talk about. It's a lot of long shots. Yeah. So not exactly a banger like The Room or Troll 2 that you can like have fun with. Yeah.
So it would be basically me sleeping.
Yeah, we'd just wake you up halfway through when it was almost over.
But Chris,
it's the podcast will be called "Sleeping with the Casablanca Kid."
Yeah, right.
2.5 hours of him sleeping and dreaming.
Exactly. Yes.
And it'll be the most hits we've ever had on any video.
Yeah,
which wouldn't be a hard feat to accomplish right now because the most is like 122 right now. We're working on it.
People actually do that though. There's this girl who like it's like a famous YouTube video where she had the camera on while she was sleeping all night, and people were like literally sending her things to try to wake her up, sending her like really scary noises and really creepy things and flashes of light and showing demons on the screen and all kinds of crazy stuff in the middle of the night. It's pretty funny.
So this will be my last cool fact. Okay, so I went to Nickelodeon, back when Universal had the Nickelodeon area. So I actually got to go to a live taping of Double Dare.
Oh, nice.
They asked people to come up, and I actually got picked to go up there, and so I actually met Mark Rivers. And I remember being like, I don't know,
dude, that's awesome.
Maybe 5 or 6, and of course, I remember watching that kid. I remember watching that show religiously as a kid, and it's like I remember freaking out. I'm like, "You're Mark Summers." I probably said something like that. And then, of course, the hot host, who I can't think of what her name was, but she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I met her too. It was kind of tongue-tied.
Oh, you talking about the assistant? What, Robin?
Yes.
Yeah, Robin was cute, man.
Yeah.
Robin was cute. But I think I had a bigger crush on referee Mo from Guts, though, because she had the British accent. She was kind of hot.
Yes.
So like the dark hair. Oh, yeah. She was like super hot.
Yeah, man. I got to climb through like the nose thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Pick your nose.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I hope you know I fought hard for the Double Dare to be in the S tier when we did our classic Nickelodeon shows. And I think it made at least the number 3 or 4 in the top 10, something like that. I fought hard for it.
Well, thank you for fighting.
We had a bunch of these newbies that like had never seen Double Dare, and I was like, "How dare you?" The show.
Well, that's like when I first talking about the show. Like, I was really excited. I showed several people like, "Hey, have you heard of Kablam?" And my wife even was like, "I didn't have cable. I never heard of Kablam."
Really?
And so she didn't really understand the reference to what we were like our whole show intro. I was kind of like, seriously, it's only one of the greatest shows.
Like you, Chris. Like I feel like you're you definitely grew up with all that Nickelodeon stuff, but I feel like even more, you're like a 60-year-old man trapped in like a 30-something.
Chris is like
Chris
is like a boomer. He's like a boomer stuck in a 35-year-old body.
Yeah, because
he's always just like, "God damn it, kids, get off my lawn and let me watch my Humphrey Bogart."
I love my Humphrey Bogart. I love Rugrats. I love Doug. I love Hey Arnold. Gosh, way too much. Yeah. And of course, I'm sporting my Batman because I love Batman. Yes, I'm talking over to you to show my awesome Funko Pop of the '66
good.
Batman and Robin. That is hands down my favorite version of Batman.
I might have something cool to show you in a little bit, Casablanca Kid, then when we get to our collections.
Yeah. But like, I'm just going to chime in, though. The host I always thought was kind of cute was like, what was that Nickelodeon game show where they like brought in?
Figure It Out with Summer Sanders, right? Is that what you're talking about? Summer Sanders is cute.
Yeah, where they brought in like a bunch of like cast from like other Nickelodeon shows, and then they dump things on their heads and all that. Yeah. That.
No, I mean, she was an Olympic swimmer though, bro. So like, yeah, of course she was hot.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, all of them and all the Olympic volleyball players. Yeah, they're all hot, man. So I mean,
right.
Every single one
Always.
of
I had no idea she was
Misty
in the
May trainer. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. But Austin, you got some facts about yourself you want to tell?
Well,
tell
I mean, no, I'll pass.
All the people.
All
right, we'll move to that. Well, next up,
This is a man down by the river.
I'm just like most of my life pretty much
Some
revolves
bomb.
around movies. Like I have over 2,000 movies, which we'll probably post pictures of at some point on this podcast. And I know it's for a fact because I started cataloging them with an app on my phone where you can scan all the barcodes. So like I have like a catalog now, and it'll tell you the whole total at the end of it. And literally, when I was done with it the other day, it said 2021, like the year that we're in right now. I thought it was kind of ironic, like no joke. It was pretty cool. And
So are they all physical movies? So you own the physical version?
Physical movies. So I have 2,000 physical movies, and then I have almost 800 on my Vudu, which is like the VUDU thing, the digital copy thing. But I have almost 800 on there. But like, no, I physically have 2,000 movies. Yeah, like
that's
physical discs.
I mean,
no.
I'm
a big proponent of physical media. I love physical media, man. Like
I love physical media.
That's pathetic. You're like the crazy cat lady, but with movies, right? You just sit like all day long. You never go outside.
I constantly like I have everything in alphabetical order. Like I'm real anal about like literally exact alphabetical order. I have everything organized by like Blu-rays, and then another section of like the series, like anything with sequels, and then the rest of it is just like the plain, solo DVDs, like all spread out exactly like. And in a few minutes, I'll show you some of my favorite box sets. I've got them right next to me. I'll be showcasing some of those here in a minute. But yeah, like movies are basically just my everything. Oh yeah, Rambo 5 film. Yeah, no, I've got that too. Oh yeah,
all
of course.
Together. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And probably one of my most recent additions to this is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Nice.
And
so that's like my big thing.
Hitcher, actually. So I never saw Hitcher before, and I picked that one up from Half Price Books.
Okay.
Hitcher.
Nice.
Okay. That was only on DVD though. I don't
it is on DVD.
Blu-ray of it. That's one that like Scream Factor Arrow somebody needs to put out pretty soon. Is like they don't have a Blu-ray of The Hitcher, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But anyways, besides movies, my other passion is professional wrestling, and I was a professional wrestling referee for 15 years down in Florida. I still do it occasionally, but the scene up here in North Carolina right now is like pretty dead. So most of the wrestling that's going on is like in Florida, which I still go back to every now and then. I was supposed to go back for the River City Wrestling Con in a week or two, but it coincides with my inventory at work, so they won't let me take off for it, which was unfortunate because I would have been reffing it. But it is what it is. But I had a lot of my best times are from my reffing wrestling days. That's where the name Pez comes from. If you want me to, I can tell you how I got the Pez name in the first place, because there's a story behind it. So the Pez thing is my referee name, and basically when I was starting to train with Dagan Briggs and John Davis, these two wrestlers, the first time that you learn how to take a bump, which is basically how to fall backwards and land kind of on your upper back and your shoulders instead of your head or on your lower back or anything, so you don't kill yourself when you're taking bumps. They're called flat back bumps. Of course, like, you know how like there's that scene in The Matrix where he says like nobody makes the jump the first time and everybody falls? Well, it's kind of the same thing when you take a bump. Nobody takes the bump right the first time. So like I take the bump, and of course my head snaps backwards, back and forth like this. And then one of the guys, John Davis, told me my head looked like the top of a Pez dispenser when you open it up to get the candy out. So,
that's awesome.
And basically, so he said, your referee name's going to be Pez, because in the wrestling business, most of the time you don't get to pick your first character or gimmick. Your trainer or booker will kind of pick it for you, and then eventually you can kind of pick your own gimmick. So Pez is kind of stuck with me. And now, because at work everybody knows me as Pez, at my job 75% of the people in my life call me Pez, and like 25% don't, when it used to be like the opposite. It was like 25 and 75 the other way. So it's been kind of a strange thing to where I'm 35 years old, and most of the people in my life other than like my immediate family calls me Pez. So it's very odd.
Yeah.
Nice.
Strange.
I think I went to one professional wrestling match when they came to Boise once, that the WWE SmackDown. So I went with a friend of mine there. We saw some of the old school wrestlers back from like the Attitude Era. So my favorite wrestler was always Rey Mysterio Jr. So I saw him there, and then I saw like Goldberg, and then I saw like Triple H there. There's a couple of pretty fun guys to see.
You know, Rey Mysterio Jr. is like 50 years old now. He's still doing lucha. Like he's still doing.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's amazing.
Like amazing.
He's been through like 10 different knee surgeries. Like he's still doing it, and he's like 50. And even his son Dominic, who's like 20 years old, is now wrestling as well. They are a tag team right now. It's nuts.
So I gotta ask. So I was late into the WWE. Like I had buddies who were into it, and of course, my best friend's favorite wrestler was Undertaker. So of course, I always followed and I love the Undertaker. John Cena, The Rock. And I've been watching that Young Rock show, which is interesting about the Turk and all those greats. Did you ever get to? So you said as a referee, you were. In other words,
essentially, because like I tried to think of it as when I went out in the ring to make myself less nervous being in front of people, I just pretended I was Pez. So like I would not be me. I would just be this character. Although referees don't really have that much of actual characters. It's just more of like you're just being a referee. But there's a thing with being ref that a lot of people see like the referees in wrestling matches and they're like, oh, that's like the easiest thing. You just like do your thing. And there's a lot more that goes into it than just being like a guy who stands there and does the 3 count. Like there's an old saying that like a good ref can make a good match great and a bad ref can make a good match suck. Which is very true. Right. So they can either ruin a match or they can enhance a match. So I always try to be the guy that enhanced the match. So I've tried to be the best that I could be. The best compliments I could ever get was later in my career, having guys come up to you in the locker room asking if you're reffing their match is like one of the most like one of the coolest things you can get. Like the people actively wanting you to ref their match is a show of respect. So it took a long time to get that, but like when you get to that point, it's a pretty good feeling.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
So I'm gonna ask you another question.
No,
did
keep
you
going.
ever
That's
get
fine.
to what big wrestlers did you get to ref, or
so,
did you get to meet? Who were some of your highlights?
I've actually ref for some guys who have like been in the WWE later, because on the indie circuit there are guys who start off at smaller shows, indie circuit guys who like they all had to start somewhere, right? So like I've refed for a guy named Tyler Black, who's now known as Seth Rollins, who's like been a WWE champion. There's a guy named Daniel Bryan, who was known as Bryan Danielson back in the day, who I've refed for. There's like I've refed for old school guys like Jake the Snake and Jerry Lawler and Abdul the Butcher. And like guys like that, Jerry Lynn, Too Cold Scorpio, who was known as Flash Funk back in the day. I could go on, but like I'd have to sit down and think about it. But there's a lot of those guys I've kind of either bumped into over the years, or not always like ref their shows, but have been familiar with them or work shows with them.
Because you're in that circle,
oh yeah, for sure. And it's and even recently there was a wrestler named New Jack who passed away from a heart attack, and he was like a ECW old school guy, and I did a lot of shows with him down in Florida. He even lived in Jacksonville, where I was from, for a little while, and I would even see him like at the grocery store. I worked out things like that, and bump into him.
So, cool.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
so, like,
I have friends that are huge wrestling fans, so this is cool.
Oh yeah. No, I mean I've got wrestling stories, but yeah, it's we'll get into those at some point in the podcast, I'm sure.
Absolutely, but, we will. We'll let it go right now.
Yeah.
Well, so like one other quick question. So like, what is it with Florida and wrestling? Why is it like the hub for wrestling? Like,
right now it's just because Ron DeSantis allowed here's the thing. When the pandemic was going on, right, and this just pertains to that, but like you remember like last summer when the pandemic was going on and there was like no sports like whatsoever. Like they were canceling all the sports, right? But WWE was still doing shows at their performance center, which is like their training center where they had like a setup. And it's basically because they didn't come out and say it, but Vince McMahon basically bribed Ron DeSantis to like keep running wrestling there. And he did because he put it out there as like a form of entertainment, not exactly a sports. So he was able to set the rules. And so, but because of that,
they were an essential business or whatever.
Yeah, they were like an essential like entertainment business, kind of like a movie theater or something. And then basically, but because of that, AEW, which is the other big promotion right now that's on like TNT and TBS, was basically like, oh, okay, well, we'll just set up headquarters in Jacksonville, Florida, and just keep running our shows too, and kind of use that to their advantage to keep doing their shows because their owner. Tony Khan, who is the son of Shad Khan, who owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they run their shows out of Daly's Place, which is like this amphitheater that's literally attached to the Jaguar Stadium right there. So that's like where they run all their shows. So they have like made their headquarters there, and like just they're going back on the road soon. But yeah, I mean, Florida has just been like it's always had a good wrestling history too, but there's always been a pretty strong like independent scene there, like all over the place. Like I used to do shows in South Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers, Tampa, Crystal River. Boca Raton, Orlando, like you name it. I've been everywhere in Florida, almost everywhere in Georgia, and done shows.
Okay.
Small town and
That's
big
cool.
town, like you name it. I've done shows where we got dressed in U-Haul trucks, where we got dressed in stripper locker rooms, or whatever you want to call them, stripper dressing rooms. I've done where I've had to get dressed just behind the building, like you name it. I've done it as far as that
Yeah.
goes.
Right on.
That's
Very
great.
cool. Uh-huh. Well, nice. Well, one thing that I got to do really quick, so I got to have a little rant session before we move to the next thing because because yesterday, so I have two things. One that I kind of talked to you guys already about, and one I didn't. But well, actually, I think one I might have like sent a little blurb in our group chat. But like, so I have a job doing merchandising for these different companies, and they always send me to Walmart all the time. But I go everywhere. I go Walmart. I go to Target, Fred Meyer's. I go to like you name it. Like I go to pretty much any retail store. But like Walmart, like especially this one certain Walmart, about 20 minutes from where I live, they are horrible. Those people are freaking incompetent idiots. I'm sorry if you work at a Walmart. Those guys are freaking incompetent, just like Beavis and Butthead. They're just there, just because they do not know what to do with their freaking vendors. So like I like going to the store. I'm only supposed to be in there for like 30 minutes. I'm in there for like almost 2 hours, and I already have all my work done. But there's certain things that like for the cleanup, for instance, I was in there doing the like Roomba, the little like vacuum cleaners, and I had some extra of the dummy units, and like, I don't know where to put them because some Walmarts they want to keep that stuff because they get some kind of credit for it, and other ones they just throw them out. And so like I'm asking people left and right, like all the employees, if they know what they want me to do with it. I go and ask 3 separate managers that keep passing me off. Like nobody knows what to do. So I'm like standing there because they said, oh yeah, we'll send someone over to help you over to the home department. So they send, they call on a little speaker, and I'm just standing there like a complete idiot, waiting for someone to show up to help me. And like nobody knows, not a single freaking damn employee at the whole entire store knows what to do. Like nobody freaking knows. So I just had to get it out there because like, I'm sorry if you work at a Walmart. And I'm not saying all Walmart employees are completely incompetent and just like have no idea what they're doing, but this particular Walmart is like bottom of the barrel. Like it's just it's just bad. Like they like most of them don't even know how to like do gift cards. Like I've like tried to buy gift cards there. They don't even know how to ring them up. They don't know how to do them. I know how to do them. Like so that's one of the other things that I was there the other day to try and get a gift card for somebody. The employee took 15 minutes, couldn't figure out how to ring it up. I go over to the self-checkout and I ring it up in like less than a minute. And I just figured it out myself and then left. And I'm like, these people are complete idiots. So yeah, that was my day. Yesterday, spending way too much time in a Walmart when I really shouldn't have. So I wanted to just get that out there.
One thing I've learned from Jordan about the behind the scenes of Walmart is that you can just wear like regular clothes and make up a fake badge and just walk back there and say you're a vendor, and they probably wouldn't even bat an eye or notice. And you could probably walk out with any piece of merchandise you probably want out the back door. So next time I think I'll just walk in with the jeans and a polo shirt and like just a dumb lanyard and just walk back there and take a TV right out the back door and just probably get away with it.
Well, really, the only person who's really going to care is like the general manager. Like, we want to watch out for the GM of the whole store, but other than that, like nobody cares. Nobody
cares. Nobody notice. Yeah.
No. Yeah. They're just like kind of floating through that job. But my other rant, though, that I want to say, this is a Spokane specific rant for the whole city of Spokane, Washington. I don't know what the deal is with fast food in freaking Spokane. So the other day I was out and it's been getting pretty hot here. Like is it probably in the 90s. I don't have any AC in my car, so I went through 3 water bottles. I was feeling pretty dehydrated. I was actually to the point where like I was starting to feel a little woozy. Like I really needed to get some water. So I just like, well, I like my drinks cold. I like them near frozen. Like I don't even like just like water that's like even just like a little bit cold. So I was like, well, I'll just run through like a Taco Bell drive-thru really quick. So I get to the drive-thru. Literally, it's like 40 to 50 cars long. I'm like, what the frick? So I'll go over to McDonald's. same thing, 30 to 40 cars in the freaking drive-thru. So one of the craziest things, they only have one Chick-fil-A in all of Spokane, and when that thing opened, dude, people were waiting as long as 16 hours in the drive-thru to get freaking Chick-fil-A because they had the drive-thru line weaving through like a snake through every single inch of the parking lot, so no one could park in the parking lot. Then they had it going down 2 side streets out onto like a semi-main road and then spilling out onto the main highway, blocking traffic. So that was when it first opened. It's since gotten maybe to like probably like a third of that, but it's still pretty long line. But this other day I went to 4 different fast food places. I just wanted some freaking water, and it's like these people are like insane. Like, what's the deal with fast food? Like, I could have driven all the way home, like cook myself a full complete dinner by the time I actually got to the freaking drive-thru window. And it's like that 24/7. So like I don't really go to fast food here.
What's the deal with fast food lines? Why are they so long?
That
why are there so many people in line? And the lobby's
open. You need to eat right now.
Yeah, I'm just like,
our Chick-fil-A here, like all of them over here. I mean, sure you have lines, but they're usually like they're really fast. I mean, sure they have like 3 or 4 lines. Like literally, Chick-fil-A has the most legit setup for getting people through. So maybe it's just limited employees there in Washington. What I'm kind of thinking is, I mean, over here, like McDonald's is pretty bad sometimes. Yeah, but that's like,
I have 2 Chick-fil-A's near my area, and like one literally just opened probably like a month ago, like right near my store. So I've been getting breakfast there a lot. But they have all of them have the double lines. They have the people out there with the tablets standing out there taking the orders. They have like people running out the orders literally by hand. Like they crank, like you could get in a line of like 20 cars, but you probably won't wait more than like 10 minutes. Like they crank it out pretty quickly, which is like pretty good for 20 cars. Like my uncle owns a Chick-fil-A in Rockwall, Texas. He owns one of the franchises, and he owns it's in the top 1% of busiest stores in the country. And he literally has a thing on his phone that will tell him how many they're cranking out per hour. And like they have to hit a certain quota. They have to hit like a certain quota, or like he gets alerts on his phone that they're not hitting the quota. Like he was at one of our family functions a few years back, and he was getting these alerts on his phone because like their computer system went down, and they were only putting like 30 cars an hour through the thing, and he was getting like all these blow ups on his phone about it. And so he's like calling the restaurant, "What's going on? What's going on? Oh, the computer's down. Well, go to this thing, do this thing, da 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 da." Like, but you know, they try to do pretty good. Chick-fil-A's all right.
Yeah.
I felt like Chick-fil-A is pretty legit. Yeah.
Well, they try to do it here, but it's like weird because like Spokane really isn't that big of a town, but like everybody like just goes to fast food. I don't know what it is. It's like nobody wants to cook or something. They just want to go get fast food or something. I don't know, but so yeah, I just avoid it.
It's funny. It's ironic you're making this rant saying nobody wants to eat at home as you're ranting about not being able to get fast food.
Yeah. Well,
why are all these people? What's all this traffic as you're sitting in traffic as you're part of the traffic? Yeah. What's with all this traffic? That's always the ironic part of those rants.
Well, the funny part too is that the very last drive-thru they went to, like it had maybe 15, 20 cars. And it was at a Taco Bell, and I see it kind of split for some reason. So they have cars coming from the right and cars coming from the left.
Oh god, that's the worst.
Yeah, so I got in the left side, and then all the cars on the right start honking at me, like I'm about ready to get in like some fight, like someone's gonna come beat the shit out of me from the other side of the traffic, and it's like over water. Like I'm just gonna go home, so I just drove home, and like it took me like another 20 minutes because I wasn't super close to home, but I just drove home and it was faster.
Are there not a ton of gas stations?
There's gas station, but I just wanted like some ice water because I was so dehydrated. I'm like, I need some ice cold. Like I need like something that's like.
Well, yeah, pop in and get a cold bottle of water.
Pop in and just get a 10-pound bag of ice for $2 and just start shoving it in your face. That's all you get. Just sit it in the chair next to you, in the seat next to you, and just start shoving ice cubes in your mouth. That's the solution.
Well, gonna do something like that. For some reason, like I was just like, well. We can't go to a restaurant. It's gonna go home. I didn't really think about even going to a gas station because that's probably so out of it.
I get that, man. Yeah, when you're in that spot,
tired. It was the end of the day.
You're set.
Yeah,
you do what you gotta do, bro.
You can't do anything else.
Yeah, right.
Even if in reality, okay.
Yeah. Yep. But anyways, though, it's kind of a transition. I got a fun little thing we can kind of talk about. So like I wanted to just touch each episode on some of our favorite things. So the category that I picked this time is what are your guys' favorite foods? I'll let you guys go first. Like if you could pick maybe like 3 of your all-time favorite foods that you just love to have, what would you guys pick? We can start with Austin this time if you want.
Yeah, tacos is like number 1 with a bullet. Like my own homemade tacos are number 1. I'll do them at least once a week, pretty easy. I order pizza at least once a week, and then I'll do like a General Tso's like chicken, like Chinese food type of thing.
Solid.
So if I had to just do 3 things, like they're one for each like of the main categories of food. So I'll go tacos, pizza, and like decent Chinese food, like Chinese chicken or whatever, chicken rice kind of stuff. Yeah,
nice.
I'll go with that.
Chris, what about you?
I had to think about this because like there's so many like good food. I mean, I tend to lead like towards like definitely towards like a barbecue or maybe steak. Like last night for me and my wife's. Well, our actual wedding anniversary is June 16th. But with our work schedules, we went out to eat at Texas Roadhouse last night. So I got a bomb steak.
Oh, nice.
And
classic.
Dude, their fries were fries loaded with cheese and bacon.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me tell you about when I first discovered that ranch was good. Because for my whole life, I thought ranch was like the most disgusting thing. And then I went to a place called Miller's Ale House down in Florida.
Yeah.
And they make a loaded fries thing, which is like literally on like a skillet. And they send it out to you. And they put like the fries with like the melted cheese and the chives on top of it, stuff like that. And they put sour cream on it. And then they give you a side of ranch. And like I was like, okay, I don't know about this ranch thing. And I took the fries with the cheese and I dipped it in the ranch, and I was like, well, I might as well try it once, and it changed my life forever. And I just had a heavenly experience, and I was like, you know what? Loaded fries are like the bomb, or tots, like you said, like whatever. Like like loaded fries and tots are the shit. But like I don't get them all the time because I don't know how to make them properly in my house. But to what Chris said, man, like a good steak too is like every time I go on a road trip or I go on a vacation, I always set aside one night where I go and get a steak somewhere, like a really good steak. I get like a New York strip or a ribeye or something. Like I go out and get like the $30 steak, and it's like you have to do it at least once. But I can't do it all the time. But I love steak, but I can't do it like over and over
pricey,
again. You know? A little pricey.
Especially having like really good ranch, like legit ranch. There's a difference. Like there's some places that don't have really like cheap ranch where it's kind of watered down. That's not very good. But if you get the like good stuff with the buttermilk and it's done right.
I don't know what it is about
really
like restaurant ranch, but like it's better than like the ranch I get from like Hidden Valley or something. I don't know what the difference is. It just doesn't work as well. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it is about like bottled ranch, but like whatever the restaurants do, and I don't know what they do, it's just way better. I don't understand which brand they're using. I don't know.
They had crack to it.
One ranch I've been kind of getting in my work recently is Ken's. Ken's has a buttermilk ranch dressing, and it's pretty bomb.
That's good stuff.
It tastes to me like the ranch you get at like a steakhouse.
Yeah.
Probably another go-to is definitely pizza. I love pizza. Obviously, I can't eat it all the time.
Pizza?
Right.
Except for Hawaiian pizza, that's basically just trash. Throw that stuff
it is.
No.
Sorry, Jordan. Yeah, Hawaiian pizza is garbage.
Great.
Yes.
Well, pineapple pizza. Like
he's going to cancel us off the podcast and find a new host, Chris. We don't like pineapple pizza. With Canadian bacon or ham or whatever the hell you call it.
We're replacing it with young, beautiful people.
Look, Chris, I'm going to tell you this. I made an argument. I broke down my argument to him, Chris, as to why it doesn't work. Because you can't do sweet and savory together, which is what pizza is.
You can.
Like you can't add sweet to a pizza because then it turns into like a dessert.
Chocolate popcorn and stuff like that.
Yes.
Caramel corn.
No, but it doesn't work with pizza. That's what I'm talking about. It's not the same. It's not the same. That's sweet and salty, Jordan. You just talked about sweet and salty, which is like what you can do with like a Chex Mix. That's different.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking about sweet and savory, which you can't do pineapple with bread. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. Like imagine if you made a pineapple sandwich. It doesn't work. Okay, like.
No,
Imagine eating
don't want
pineapple
salad. That's
between two bread, but that's what you're doing with the pizza. And then you put a slice of cheese on
McDonald's
it.
did it in
You make a
Hawaii or
pineapple and cheese sandwich. That sounds disgusting, right?
What
And
is
that's why it doesn't work with
nasty-ass
pizza.
Canadian bacon, which actually, apparently, according to my friend from Canada, who I was
It's just ham.
visiting with, let's see, we
Do they
went
call
to
it ham like it's supposed to
a
be?
while back, and I was talking to him like, dude, so what's the deal with Canadian bacon? Is it from Canada? He's like, no, it's cheap knockoff, like disgusting something. It's
Ham.
barely even ham.
Yeah.
Really tolerable
Yeah.
with that. Oh,
Like barely even ham, like thinly sliced weird ham that's not even
but
good.
you
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Canadian
I don't like
bacon.
that.
You like Hawaiian
I don't
pizza,
like
which has Canadian bacon and pineapple.
And pineapple. Yeah.
I like pineapple. I'm not a huge ham person or even Canadian bacon. I'd rather have like a ham and pepperoni or like a ham and sausage even. Or not ham, sorry, pineapple and pepperoni, pineapple and sausage. Like I'd way rather do that than Canadian bacon. I don't even eat ham very, very much. I don't like ham for Easter or like any of those things people do. Glazed ham. I'm not a big ham person, but pineapple is hands down the best fruit in the face of Mother Earth. Grilled pineapple, put pineapple on anything. I would put it on a sandwich. Come on.
Sliced pineapple is fine. My point is, pizza is bread. It's crust, and you're putting pineapple on it. So you might as well eat a pineapple sandwich because that's what you're doing with cheese, which is what I'm breaking it down for you scientifically. That's what I'm doing right now, and explaining to you why it doesn't work.
No, Hawaiian pineapple is the best.
But for me, if I were to pick my three favorite go-to foods, like definitely mac and cheese. Like I'm obsessed with mac and cheese, especially like a good homemade mac and cheese is like really, really good, really solid. And even fast food, like from Chick-fil-A, like they have solid mac and cheese. Actually, it tastes like someone's grandmama's back in the kitchen, actually like making it from scratch. Like not all of it's good. Like most fast food mac and cheese is trash, but Chick-fil-A does do it right. So there's that. Then also cheeseburgers. I'm a huge cheeseburger fan, especially bacon cheeseburgers. I love
what, you don't want to put pineapples on your cheeseburger, Jordan? Why not? Doesn't it work? With the bun?
We'll call it
instead of Canadian bacon, you just put ground beef on it. So, like, what's the difference?
Yeah, right. And it's delicious. I would do it. But
I actually had a Hawaiian burger one time with pineapple and teriyaki spam, and it wasn't the worst. Yeah, it sounds gross, but it's not. It's not really the worst. It was okay, but it's like a Hawaiian burger. Yeah, it was all right. It's from a food truck, so it was good. Pineapple. Like food trucks are the shit. So like it was from a food truck, which was good. They knew how to do it right.
Well, I gotta wrap this up with my final food option.
Oh sure.
It's I know popcorn is not really a food, but it should be. Popcorn should be a food, but it's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world.
But you don't go home and you're like, "Hey, honey, what's for dinner? Popcorn."
Yeah, right.
She would slap you in the mouth.
Good point. But seriously, how many times have you gone to the movies? You're like, you haven't eaten like most of the day, so you're just like, hey, dinner is popcorn.
Yeah, but then you go home and like poop for 2 hours because all you ate is popcorn. That's not good.
That's okay. It's worth it.
And your throat's filled with all the little shells that you're like.
Yeah, and then you get the stuff in the back of your uvula, and then you get kernels stuck in your molars, and like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy popcorn at a movie, but like to call it like a food is kind of a stretch.
A little bit. But
so my last one I gotta go with is Chinese food. I love fried rice. Fried rice is probably like my go-to, especially from China Palace in Eagle, Idaho. I'm calling out a lot of local places, and occasionally, yes, I do like Panda Express, even though I know it's not like real Chinese food. But I do.
Yeah.
But I do like the orange.
If you're in a bind, bro, and you have to get that orange chicken and the Beijing beef, dude, I'm down with it. You know what I mean? Like you do what you got to do on the road. If you can't find or if you don't have time to get the 20-minute takeout from the local China Garden or whatever it is down the road, you know, like you do what you got to do.
Or and shout out to the honey walnut shrimp. Like I love me some honey walnut shrimp. That's good stuff. It always costs $1 extra. I don't know. I really understand that.
Why does that cost $1? Yeah, because it's just shellfish. Like I never
fancy.
I know it's fancy. It's such fancy frozen shrimp.
You got to pay an extra $1 for the walnuts.
But they say everything's fresh. Remember, Austin?
Yeah.
It's fresh my ass. I've had people that work there. I knew people that work there. Dude, our stuff at the grocery stores ain't even fresh. It's all frozen.
No.
Everything's frozen now.
But my third go-to though is
out apples. You put them up on the produce.
yeah.
Well, that's the only thing that comes in fresh every day is the produce, dude. Like even the donuts are frozen, bro. In like the bakery, they gotta bake them.
Yeah, right.
That's the one thing I miss about working. Well, so I obviously live in Idaho, and so Albertsons is local. Well, so Market Street Albertsons has like legit like homemade donuts from scratch. They're absolutely amazing.
But we had Albertsons in Florida. I'm familiar with Albertsons. So I mean, they were at least countrywide at some point because we used to have an Albertsons in Jacksonville.
Nice. Yeah.
Whatever.
But my third though is for my go-to food. It's just anything made of potato. So I'll like eat a baked potato, fries, pretty much anything made from a potato, tots, like curly fries.
Will you eat a raw potato?
Wedges. Won't eat a raw potato. That's a
show now.
For the show, would you eat a raw potato?
I don't know.
If we all eat a raw potato,
my teeth if I tried to eat one. I don't know.
Hey, so we're gonna have to do it for the show now, guys. Okay, we're gonna have to
you will. You guys can have fun with that.
To be like Matt Damon and The Martian, just eat raw potatoes to stay alive.
Yeah,
one night on the show.
Hey, so one of the things I think that should be released. I don't know how easy it is for you to do, Jordan, but for our little intro, we had you eating butter as part of your thing, and you're like, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. And so Austin first sent a video, and then I sent a video eating butter. I think those would be hilarious to put out there.
I was just trying to motivate Jordan because Jordan was like hesitant about eating real butter,
right.
And I immediately 2 minutes later, just in our group chat, I grabbed a stick of butter out of the fridge and just ate a big bite of it on camera and just sent it to him and said, "Your turn, bitch. Eat the butter."
Yeah. Well, it's funny you should mention that because I'm actually working on the butter cut of the intro, so that'll be
the butter cut. Is it going to be 4 hours long, like the Snyder cut?
It'll be coming soon, but it'll only be on the Patreon. We're gonna start a Patreon if you want to see the butter cut, right?
The butter cut.
Yeah. No, we'll release it.
Like a slice of butter.
Yeah.
Maybe in like episode 4 or 5, something like that. We'll have it out to you. Yeah, but
so we're gonna have a shirt that says "I demand the butter cut."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Release the butter cut.
Yeah. Release the butter cut. Yeah. Release the butter cut along with the butthole cut from Cats, right? We got to release that one too.
Yeah, we still need that.
Still waiting for that one, but along with the foods that we love, what are some foods that you absolutely hate? So for me, I want to kick it off because I'm kind of a picky eater. So like I have so many foods I don't like. So like for me, I'm not a salad eater because I hate tomatoes. I think tomatoes are absolutely disgusting. I have a gag reflex to tomatoes. I can't even swallow them. Like I'll like try to swallow a raw tomato and I can't do it. Like it won't even go down. It just comes back up. So tomatoes for sure. Also lettuce. I don't like lettuce or
Jordan's a spitter when it comes to tomatoes, not a swallow.
Yeah, right. Yep, definitely a spitter. Yeah, for sure. But we also don't like cucumbers. So that's another vegetable that I can't stand. So I don't like those. And then I hate blue cheese or like anything similar, like some gorgonzola cheese. Oh, I cannot. Like I'm actually pretty picky when it comes to cheese. And then I also don't like almonds. I can't stand almonds. They taste like wood chips in my mouth. Like I think they're just disgusting. I don't care if they're candied or anything. They're just gross.
But you don't like wasabi almonds, which I've tried before? No. Sinuses?
Definitely not. No.
Open your butthole.
Yeah, right.
But I love wasabi though. But then the last thing, I don't like bananas either. And the bananas are more of a texture thing. I don't like the squishy and mushy texture. So, but what about you guys? We can start with Chris. With like, what are some foods you can't stand? Like that you just don't like?
Liver and onion.
No, thanks. Yeah.
No. So damn gross.
I don't know how that's a thing.
Let's see what else. So I hate. Actually, I can't think. So you have steamed clams, then those little like white little like mussels or the little
scallops.
Yeah, I hate scallops.
Yeah.
They taste
Yeah.
like
Okay.
sandy sadness.
Yeah.
They're
Or like,
horrible.
or like mussels that like just taste like a big snot, like a glob of snot or something. It's like
It's like
yeah, let's just
eating
swallow some snot from
it's
the
like
sea.
eating snotty gummy bears.
Yeah, it's like no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kombucha isn't really a food, but I'm gonna say kombucha. That stuff's fucking disgusting.
It tastes like
What,
dirt.
you don't like
Like when I try it, it's
drinking a
gross.
drink that's been fermented for like 5 years? That's not
No.
appealing to you?
Yeah.
No, I'd rather drink bleach. Okay, that might give me
Yeah.
superpowers.
Water that has been
Yeah.
fermented for 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
And
let's
it
see.
costs like $5 a bottle for like a 16-ounce bottle at my store.
Yeah. Right. No,
I
we
hate
don't.
almond milk. Okay, I have a buddy of mine
Really?
who swears by this stuff. He's like, "It's so good, man. It tastes like Reese's peanut butter cups." No, it tastes
What?
like
No.
bad Reese's peanut butter cups that have been left out in like the sandy desert for like
Just like
500
sad watered
years.
down milk. Like it just yeah. But
Yeah, but like, how do you milk an almond?
yeah,
Right?
right.
Like we have like, dude, you should see the milks they have in my store now. They have cashew
Milk
milk,
anything.
but like, how do you milk a cashew?
Yes.
Where's the nipple on the cashew to milk it for its milk?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
They have cashew
Oh, yeah.
milk. They have like oat milk. They have
Oat
like
milk. They have we have pea milk, like
Like-
green pea, like peas. There's pea
Really?
milk.
What?
Yeah. I
Probably
swear
one
to
of the
God, dude.
nastiest things that
Don't sound
comes
a little
to my
off.
can is
They have hemp, they
chicken
have hemp
feet.
milk. Oh yeah, yeah.
And it takes me a moment because you're looking at the package, you're like, what is that thing? Oh, they're like little feet. And I just think to myself, like, how many like billions of chickens did you have to slaughter to just cut off their feet and put it in a package?
Those are like one food that like appeals more to that culture. I feel like whatever it comes from, China or wherever. But yeah, that culture.
I can't do cow tongue.
No.
Yeah, but like, Chris, that's not like an unpopular opinion. I think most people don't do cow tongue.
Yeah, right.
Like
Bull's balls. We have
yeah, well,
Rocky Mountain
oysters.
here.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we have that and it's coming back this year. But
An actual festival.
so damn disgusting.
It's called the Rocky Mountain Oyster Feed. It's in Idaho every year. That they like have this huge festival where everyone just eats some bull testicles and just hangs out and like that
Note
live
myself. Never go to Idaho and order Rocky Mountain oysters.
No, they're not oysters. Trust me. But what about you, Austin? You got any foods?
All right, so
can't
I have
stand?
one similar to you, Jordan. My parents force fed me so much bananas when I was a kid that I hate bananas now. I can't stand them.
Yeah.
Coconut ruins anything for me. Like if there's even a shred of coconut in something mixed in, I can taste it and I reject it immediately. So like if you try to sneak it into like a cake or something, like I reject it immediately. I can taste it. And then
you don't like coconut milk? There's no coconut milk for you?
No coconut milk. I don't do coconut milk. So yeah, if I was stranded on an island, I'd be screwed because it'd be like all coconuts. I'd probably just die.
And pineapple, yes.
And pineapple, yeah, my two favorite foods. And then I don't like most vegetables, but like I'll eat like 3 vegetables. I'll eat green beans, I'll eat broccoli, mostly with hot sauce, and then I'll have like a salad. But like other than that, like all the other vegetables are the most disgusting. Like squash, cucumbers, zucchini, peas, spinach, collard greens, cauliflower. It's all disgusting. No, thank you.
Really?
Yes. Collard greens are disgusting. No.
Dude, it's like eating
Kale?
seaweed off the ocean floor. Like, it's disgusting. Like, how does anybody do it? Like, it's gross.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a culture
like
thing.
eating grass.
I feel
eating grass. Like, it's stupid.
And like a southern thing, but they like them wet.
Now. It's like every fifth person's eating kale. I'm like, ugh.
Dude, and you know what? Speaking of, I'll go on a rant about cauliflower. Cauliflower's getting into all the foods now, dude. Because I've been working frozen a lot in my store, and like it's getting into all the frozen products, man. They have cauliflower wings now. Cauliflowers don't have wings. Like, what are you talking about? You're just making them up. Like, you're just making up stuff. You're just coating cauliflower in buffalo and barbecue sauce and calling it a wing. Like, screw you, and like whoever started putting cauliflower in everything. Like, forget it. Get out of here.
Blue cheese is disgusting. I would agree.
Yeah, it is. What, you don't
Gross.
like you don't like cheese that's been aged
And
sitting out on a
feta
counter
cheese.
for a year?
What
Gross.
is that
Yeah,
nasty
no
shit?
thanks.
It's like this little like sprinkled old ass cheese that everybody.
Yeah, no.
No.
It's called blue cheese because it's molded and it's disgusting. Like, why are you eating it? It's gross.
Yeah.
Well, like the cauliflower stuff, they have cauliflower pizza. I went to we have this big grocery.
It's not
chain called-
pizza. It's just cauliflower. They have
Yeah, we
cauliflower.
have
Well, no,
Yes.
cauliflower crust.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So, I mean,
cauliflower
I've
crust.
had
Yeah,
some
that is gross.
actually
No
legit
thanks.
pizzas with cauliflower crust. I gotta say that.
Really? No.
Mhm.
Well, we have a grocery store, a chain over here that's called Winco, and they'll make them even homemade, like right in the deli, like the pizzas they actually make there and like sell. They're like back there, like squishing cauliflower together. That's like been like ground up and making their own dough. And I'm like, how can you do that? That is a disgrace. Like seriously, that is not pizza.
But Winco for being like, dude, I don't know what they do, man, but their pizza is bomb.
They actually have good pizza. Yeah, the regular
So
pizza.
good.
Yeah, that's good. Or like calzones. They make some good calzones.
Oh, yeah,
there,
dude.
too.
Pizza that's made with real ingredients and not cauliflower. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
out of
right.
here.
Yeah, sure.
And Winco, and I've actually seen it at Walmart too. I can't think what makes it. It's not Dippin' Dots, which are one of the best things in the whole wide world, but it tastes
it's
just
like
like
the fake
Dippin'
one?
Dots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like there's a little frog on it. I think I've had it
Okay,
several times.
yeah.
They're usually like Walmart over here is like 99 cents. Winco is like 50 cents, but it's really
Okay.
bomb. They have several different
nice.
flavors. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I love
But-
Dippin' Dots. Like, I would sell my soul for some Dippin' Dots.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember back in the day in the town that I grew up in Idaho called Eagle, they actually had an actual Dippin' Dots ice cream shop. They used to have it there, but it closed down. It was years ago. But that's where Chris lives now, and it was over there by Casa Mexico, the like in that little complex.
That would have been heaven.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
don't
So
worry.
Lived in there.
If you still want Dippin' Dots, you can just enter into any half-abandoned mall, and there will still be a Dippin' Dots cart
right.
serving Dippin'
Yeah.
Dots with some kid
I'll go
making
there.
$5 an hour standing there with his Dippin' Dots cart.
I'm okay. He can make
Yeah.
he can make $4.25. Okay, I just want my damn Dippin' Dots. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But I have a little bit of a confession though, is that like for me, like I honestly don't even like a lot of foreign foods really. So my foreign foods have to be like Americanized. So I like Panda Express. That's like more like Americanized Chinese food. I like Thai food, but it has to be like more Americanized, or like even like Mexican food, just kind of like more like Americanized. Like for some reason, like the authentic stuff, except for homemade tortillas and tamales, like I'll freaking go crazy for like authentic ones for those two things. But like everything else though, even Asian food from like Europe, Africa, like it has to have like a tinge of like Americanized to it, or else I just can't eat it, because like the flavors are just so different. Like I'm not used to all those flavors that it just like, I don't know what it is, but yeah, like I much prefer just like homegrown American, a cheeseburger, some pizza, just like that kind of stuff.
So you just want a food court that has just like Americanized versions. Of
right.
all these foods.
You just want a food court with like a Sbarro, a Taco Bell, a Chick-fil-A, and a Subway, and
Yep,
like a
exactly.
Burger King,
And by the way, can I just say that Sbarro has the shittiest pizza ever made.
What?
It's like way overpriced for just
actually like Sbarro.
No,
but that's just me though. Like I like it like
Ugh.
like New York style kind of pizza.
Did you guys ever
New
see
York
the
style?
Office episode? The Office episode where Michael Scott goes to New York and he goes to get New York pizza, and it shows him eating a slice, and then the camera pans up and he's at a Sbarro in New York City.
Right. Yeah.
And he's like, now here's authentic New York pizza.
Yeah. Yep. That's awesome.
Hands down, one of my favorite pizza places is Grimaldi's. That place is so damn good. That is legit New York style pizza.
I'm not sure if that's a nationwide thing, but it's all over in few different states out west. They have it. It's like brick oven pizza, pretty much. It's legit though.
All right, we got to get off the pizza topic. It's a hack radio. We got to keep moving.
Right.
Oh, what's my favorite toppings of pizza? Like, get the fuck out of it. Like, we got to move on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's hack radio.
But our next topic, though, we're just gonna show off a few of the like our favorite things, like some of our quote unquote obsessions, you could say.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna break it down. I know, Chris, you're a huge coffee fan, so like you always have coffee like every single morning, maybe multiple times in a day. And I know Austin, you kind of touched on your huge DVD collection. And
So
then,
I might have to go last because I've got like a whole TV tray full of like some of my box sets I'm going to show off. So I'll
Sure,
go
yeah.
last, like you need me to.
And then for me, I am obsessed with board games. So I still have some of my, like most of my board games actually packed up from when I moved. So I have like 3 huge U-Haul boxes, like the biggest size U-Haul box you can have, filled to the top with games. But I pulled a few of my favorites aside here. I'll show you in a minute. But we can start with Chris if you want. Like you want to tell us, so like,
This is hard.
and also too, if you have a few collectibles you want to show off, you could do that also.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Yeah.
But like I was just gonna see. So like, what is your like go-to coffee order though? Like when you order coffee, because for me, I'm not a huge coffee drinker. I don't really drink it much. So I'm kind of like
I don't drink
coffee.
it at all. So like we have like one person obsessed, one person that's like medium on it, and one person that hates it, which is me. Like I can't stand coffee.
So
Well, actually,
if I'm getting coffee,
I don't really drink it either. So
as I said, so I have a friend who lives in Canada, and he's gotten it because his mom will ship it down. And so basically, my go-to coffee is Tim Hortons, Black. I don't put any creamer in there or anything else.
Nice.
Although, forever I used to drink with vanilla, but then I was like, this is expensive. So then I learned how to make it myself. Yeah. So I love that. Let's see. There's an awesome local coffee place. It's kind of a drive-through kind of coffee place, but it's called Human Bean. If I'm not drinking coffee, I love Rockstar. Absolutely love original Rockstar. It's like my go-to energy drink. That, I mean, then again, I've been drinking caffeine for so long that like it doesn't really like keep me like it kind of keeps me like present, like I'm alive. Okay, I'm not just muttering or grunting at you and making no sense. So like one of my favorite things they have there is their blended original Rockstar. It's absolutely amazing. I also love chai tea, cool. But my favorite chai tea is from actually Starbucks. I love their chai tea. And they have a bomb. Probably one of my favorites is their mocha cookie crumble frappuccino. Thing's so damn good. Of course, you can get that without coffee too.
When we came to Washington, like Washington's like the coffee capital of like America, so they have like a coffee shop on like every single corner, especially like near Seattle. They got the original Starbucks and the original Seattle's Best. They have that there, and then they have, I think, one other coffee shop. I can't even think of it. They got 3 though. I forget what the other one is.
So out of Seattle is where or was it Washington? There was that episode by Jeff Goldblum. He does that where he like looks into things, but I think he went there to Seattle, and that's where like the art of coffee art came from.
Oh yeah,
and like
right
and stuff. But yeah, I love a good mocha. I mean, that's kind of one of my go-tos, I think. So there's a couple there. Let's see some of the things I'm kind of going to show off. I love Snoopy, so this is a pretty neat piece. It's actually a comic strip, but it says Peanuts, a psychiatric help. The doctor is in, and then you have Snoopy walking along with boards, and he sets himself up a stand right next to her, and it says friendly advice, 2 cents. The advisor is in. Kindness appears when we least expect it. One of the cooler things I have is a 1950, which I think is packed or something somewhere, obviously. But it's a 1950 kind of like that. That's when Charlie Brown and Snoopy came out. So it's the first iteration of Snoopy, like pre-Joe Cool. And I got it at an antique mall here. And it has him like in a real leather jacket. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's cool.
So
Oh, yeah,
I have
to
something.
interrupt you,
I have
but-
something similar, Chris. Like I have a hand drawn print of Jim Davies of Garfield, and it's a hand drawn print of like these two football players, and Garfield's the referee doing the coin toss, and it's like a hand drawn one that my mom bid on a cruise. Like they were doing an art auction on the cruise, and they had like a hand drawn Jim Davies thing signed by him and everything, and she got it for like $100, and it's pretty cool. Like I have it framed in my hallway. I'll have to send you a picture of it sometime.
Dude, that is so amazing.
Yeah.
So that's like that would be like the creme de la creme for me. Would be to get something signed by him.
Like
And there is some stuff out there, but it's so hard to obviously decipher what is real and what's not.
Yeah, and what's like fake, right?
That is pretty legit. Goes for quite a pretty penny. Like, like one of the cool things I found was like a letter he had written to another person. Let's see. I love Star Wars. Love Star Wars.
Nice.
So the cool thing behind this book is actually when I lived in Virginia. I lived in Virginia most of my life, so I was lucky to go to like the Smithsonian's and stuff. Well, they had a Star Wars, the Magic of the Myth, so a whole Star Wars exhibit showing off like original costumes, original sets. They had like the throne room set where you met Boba Fett. They had like the puppets, like a Boba Fett and others. They used. They had original. So like all the ships and stuff like that you see on there are minis, which is just crazy to see in real life because it doesn't feel like you're watching it, and it feels huge. Right. So that was an incredible experience. So fast forward, it was a couple months ago. I was at Half Price Books, which I know I mentioned before, but and I found a copy of this book from an exhibit from Star Wars: The Myth and the Magic, and I was like looking at it, I'm like, and this is from '92, so I was born in 1984, so that's about when I actually saw it. So it was pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. I love Batman.
And also too,
I'm wearing 80s anniversary hat.
Oh, you're good.
Which is really cool. And my favorite version of Batman is the one with Adam West and Burt Ward. So that's kind of my pop figure from that.
Classic. Yep.
My favorite anime of all time is Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
And one of the things I have is a huge collection of pop figures. I'm just going to showcase a couple of these. This is that famous scene where at the end,
glasses off to see it properly.
basically to like the death. Not gonna
I have no idea what that. I have no idea what that means.
That's all right. I'm not gonna ruin anything. It's literally just.
I don't watch
an amazing anime. I love Spider-Man.
It's actually like a legit show.
No, I've heard of Cowboy. Like I've heard of Cowboy Bebop. I've never watched a single episode. Yeah, like I've heard of most of the mainstream ones, but yeah.
I'm really excited for the solo Kraven the Hunter movie for like his story. They're legit doing. Dude, and the actor they picked for him is going to be amazing.
Jared Leto?
No, that's for
that's Morbius. Kraven is Aaron is Kick-Ass. Yeah.
Yes.
Taylor Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird because he already plays Quicksilver.
Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
But he's.
But Quicksilver died though, so he's dead.
Yeah, but he's my favorite villain too. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so Kraven the Hunter, he is my
kind of an interesting Spider-Man one. Considering I love Spider-Man, he's one of my favorite Marvel characters, and it says "I love I" as a woman, and like so it has like.
I got one Spider-Man here. I got more, but
I know you do. Man, you're
like holding the cell phone here. Like
dude, that is sick.
Doing the little selfie with the peace sign.
One of my cooler pop figures. This is a really rare one. But the only reason I had to come out of the box because the box was damaged, unfortunately.
When it came to
us. Yeah, it was Heisenberg. So this is like the
That's cool.
The blue meth Heisenberg.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's pretty rare, and he was limited to a Comic-Con. My wife got them 20 years ago as a Christmas gift.
I want to say that this is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I'm not sure. It could be Andrew Garfield, but it's like a darker colored one. I'm not sure which version, but I got that one too.
I think that's Garfield. He had like a darker suit than Tobey did.
Yeah, that makes sense. This one always freaks my. my wife up when we're sleeping. Like she thinks it looks like a California raisin or something. She gets freaked out in the middle of the night.
If you want me, I'll show you something in a minute besides my box sets that freak even my parents out that I have up on my mantle watching over the house. I'll show you in a minute. Something I won at a VIP party at a Comic-Con. I'll show you in a minute.
Nice.
So I love to play video games. This is just one of my cool controllers I got back when Cyberpunk was coming out. They had a special controller for it. So I went ahead and got that. I'm actually rocking my special SteelSeries headset for that game.
Very cool.
Yeah, I love the game. I mean, I play on a wide range of systems, primarily Xbox right now, but yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I want to see
Very
this.
cool.
Oh, you're getting it down. My last thing, I'll make this my last.
I'm getting him down off the menu. I'll show him in a minute. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
right next to me.
As I've kind of talked about, one of my favorite things is penguins.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And my wife's boss Tony, she also knows this, and apparently someone left this set of penguins at Ross. They just left it behind. No one claimed it. She's like, go ahead and give it to your husband. He like them. And kind of this last thing I'll say, because she's like, don't talk about me on the show. But of course I will. I love you. You're part of my life. Is that for our wedding, we actually did instead of like vows, we exchanged pebbles with one another that have different meanings and stuff.
That's awesome.
Like penguins do. So pretty cool. So that will be our last little. So that's a little show and tell.
Nice. So
I have so much.
How many times have you seen March of the Penguins? Have you seen it very many times?
Yeah, and that part where, of course, they run into the whale, just all the
and then you immediately watch Jim Carrey and Mr. Popper's Penguins to cheer you back up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The movie's hilarious and so good. Yeah.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. And followed by the Farce of the Penguins, narrated by
Bob Saget.
By Bob Saget doing like more of his like dirty humor, and then like it has like Samuel L. Jackson and like Louis Black and stuff in there.
I have not seen that, but one of my favorite
Penguins is the
Penguins Disney movie they did. So like the ones they do like the live
the Disney nature
animals,
one.
They follow up.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Nice.
Like they live with these penguins basically for like years and years. Yeah.
I think I actually saw that one in theaters. I think I was working at a movie theater when they had
I saw that in theaters.
I saw it in theaters.
Surprised.
Yeah, it's a good time. But well, Austin, you said you wanted to go last, so I can go next with my stuff.
Okay.
So for me, some of my obsession. So I'm going to show off my small amount of my board game collection, but I got to go with my favorite board game of all time, though, is Cards Against Humanity. But the thing is about Cards Against Humanity is that like there's a lot of dick jokes. There's a lot of kind of like the kind of like not safe for work type of humor. So I actually made my own custom version of Cards Against Humanity, and I kind of cleaned it up so it's a little safer to play with like your like parents, kids, grandparents. I saved all the dirtier cards. If someone ever wants to have like an after dark version of the game, you can still play it. So I do have those cards.
Well, there's kind of a clean version called Apples to Apples, which is essentially Cards Against Humanity, but like that's like family friendly essentially.
I actually own every single version of Apples to Apples ever made, which is like 12 or 13 different versions,
right?
Something like that. But yeah, but this custom version of the game. So I got this huge, big old box. So I probably have over like between 2,000 to 5,000 cards that I've come up with over time. So in this first one, you have all the black cards. So like where you fill in the blank cards, so you can see here like bless this ship and all who sail upon her. I christen thee blank, and then you want to fill in the blank. Or another one is really hope my grandma doesn't ask me to explain blank again, and then you got to come up with like just random cards. So I'm not gonna go through too many cards anymore, but this is how many cards are actually here though for now, and I'm already working on another expansion pack that's probably gonna fill up one of these whole sleeves again. So yeah, like whenever someone like a funny idea comes to my head, I have a little note app on my phone. I'll just write down the ideas. They also have a Reddit page where like people submit their like funniest ideas, so I'll like borrow some from there too. So pretty good stuff. And also too, the creators of Cards Against Humanity, they actually have it on their website that they allow people to make their own versions of the game. Like that's why you see so many different kind of knockoff versions of it. And they actually encourage it. They put out blank card templates that you can print off and create your own cards. So like that's where I got some of the templates for that. So that's pretty cool. Just a couple other games that I got here. One of the games that I'll show here that might be fun to actually play on the show. I'll show it here, but I got. So one of the things is I like to go to a lot of garage sales. So that's where I find a lot of these like obscure games. So I have this the best of TV and movies from the makers of the Logo game. So that's one that we could actually maybe play sometime on the show. It's a pretty fun one. Mm-hmm. And then my favorite card game that I have. So it's actually this game called Ligretto. It's a German card game where it's just mass chaos. So everyone's throwing down cards, and you want to build different sets of cards, and you want to be the first one to get rid of all your cards in your hand, but there's no turn order. So you're just slapping down cards, and you want to beat people to it. So like me and my family will get in like these like almost wrestling matches over who gets to lay their cards down first. We've had legit like cards destroyed and like ripped in half. So I left that game at my dad's house. I don't have the actual card version, but I have the dice version. They have a dice version of the game, so you can play with dice too, which is kind of cool, I thought. And then
we're gonna play with the dice, man.
The dice. We're gonna be leaving
with the dice in your asshole. Oh,
right.
Right, dice version.
Yeah, right.
You jerk off.
Andrew
That's
Dice.
the other version of the game.
Yeah, right. But then I always like finding the most obscure games I can find. So my buddy Mark got me this game.
You slap the dice down like you slap a girl's ass.
Yeah, right.
That's a legit Andrew Dice play, man.
Hickory dock. You slap the dice down in front of the clock. Oh!
Jack and Jill went up the hill, and they slapped the dice down the hill. Oh,
yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
That's the other version of that game.
Yeah, right.
From Hasbro.
So my buddy Mark, he got me this like really obscure game. So this is called the Toboggans of Doom. Like I thought that like it was like a pretty creative game.
What?
So like basically you're like so like it has like zombies, it has cyborgs, it has like an abominable snowman on it. You can see there, and like basically you're like trying to race your friends down this hill, but you can throw all these different weapons. There's like cards on here, like you can throw like chainsaw wielding snowman. You can throw like great white sharks and send like shark attacks after people. You can use flamethrowers. There's even evil Christmas trees. There's all kinds of crazy stuff.
Toboggans of Doom. That cover looks like those like Asylum movies that go straight to sci-fi, like Transmorphers and like Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And like all the knockoffs of like the mainstream movies. It seems like a movie Asylum would do called like Toboggans of Doom, and it'd be like just a knockoff of some other mainstream movie.
Yeah, like I remember when as a kid watching like this science fiction channel and like watching all those stupid movies, and I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah, they're all like a million, and they always star like some TV star from the '80s. Like it'll have like Jimmy J.J. Walker and like Crocosaurus. You're just like,
right. Yeah. But so one of my other favorite games is this game called Guillotine. So this game's one of my all-time favorite card games. Basically, you want to collect severed heads.
The Addams Family favorite game, Guillotine.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so like basically, you have all these nobles from France, and you want to collect the highest noble on the chain. So you have like King Louis the I think XVI. I think that's like 11th. So like you have King Louis there. You have like Marie Antoinette, but then you also have ones that are fun, like the Piss Boy, who just carries around like a bucket of urine. He's one of the characters, because back in those days they had to empty it somehow, so someone had a job to do that. But so I got that one. And then for anyone who's ever heard of the game Code Names, so somebody bought me the Marvel version. So like basically you're like trying to guess all these different comic book characters. So there's Codenames
cool.
Marvel version, which is like pretty legit. You can see some of the games, but like basically though, Codenames essentially you have two people that are in the hot seat, and you have this grid that's in front of them, and they have a little like key card, and you split up into two teams, and each person in the hot seat represents one person from the team, and they have to try and either like in as few words as possible, they have to try to describe which characters that they want their team to be able to guess from the grid, but without giving away cards from the other team because you don't want to reveal their cards. And at the same time, there's also one card that's like, I forget what they call it, but it's like the loser card that's like an instant lose. So if you describe that one, and then they somehow someone on your team somehow guesses it, and it's automatic lose for your team. But it's a pretty fun game. That's actually one that's like pretty popular within my family. My family loves Codenames, especially my wife Shannon. She's huge into Codenames. But those are some of my games. Like honestly, I could go on for like hours and hours. Like I got this other one. So this one I'll just go over quick. But there's a game called Skull King. This is one of the newest games that someone bought me for my birthday this year. And it's a pirate themed card game where essentially you're trying to get the highest ranked pirate to kill all the other pirates each round. Like it's a pretty fun game. It's one of those games that like
should be it's so skulking fun.
Yeah, right. Well, like
probably one of my favorite games is definitely Millsborn. It's one of my favorite games.
Oh yeah.
In sequence.
And then also you have some like classic games. Like I even brought up like a couple little pictures I was going to throw up on the screen. So like you have so here's what the actual Ligretto game actually looks like. That's the actual card game. So there's that. Then you have Settlers of Catan. That's another one of my go-to games. I love Settlers. Also, Ticket to Ride is like a super fun. There's the board. That game is
so much fun. Although,
the game's so much.
I definitely remember playing that game with you, and I'm ridiculously competitive, and you're not as competitive, I would say, as me. Because if I'm losing,
I'm competitive, Chris. So we gotta play something because I'm competitive as shit.
Absolutely, man.
I do not like to lose.
I'll tell you about a game night. Okay, we're all hanging out. Okay, we're eating pizza probably because we usually ate pizza over at his house, and we're all playing games. And so we're playing Ticket to Ride, and I am losing. Like I don't have my track. There's no way and fuck all I'm gonna win. So at this point, I'm just I put down track.
You're trying to block people, right?
To block
exactly.
That's what I did. And he's like,
those guys. You start to screw up the game.
Bullshit. And I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
okay?
right.
But another on the flip side though, karma is a bitch. Okay, I was playing a game of Monopoly with my wife and a friend of mine, and they decided to collude together. Basically, like one person wouldn't pay rent when they land on their properties. They basically traded properties. Yeah, so I was fucked.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. With us, Chris, when we were playing Settlers of Catan, we kept trying to trade for wood, and we started making like wood puns. We're like, would you like some wood? Like I can give you a big piece of wood. I got a huge, large, stiff piece of wood here for you, or whatever. We kept saying that over and over again. That was a good time. Yeah, like only Beavis and Butthead. Yeah. But yeah, like I could go on like that's just like maybe like a 16th of like all the games that I own. I probably have like probably over 200 games. I could go on forever, but most of them are still packed up from moving here because somehow the box that 3 of the games got shipped in over on the moving truck got wet with water, and if I try to lift the box, the whole box of games is going to come crashing down. So I haven't really bothered to unload it yet. So they're just sitting out in my garage. And I don't have enough people to actually play games with. Like I have a small group where like every couple of weeks we'll get together, but it's not very much. My wife isn't huge into games, so I need like a legit people have game nights because
I get that, man. So like you're one of my friends that is like legit into board games. So like whenever I'm like hanging with my friends and I'm like, hey, do you want to play board games? Like that's just stupid. Who the fuck plays board games? Like, dude,
it's not really much the board game thing. It's like, but there's a lot of those trendy card games now that even like the bars are doing at breweries and stuff. Like card game, like there's cool card games. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like a board game. But anyways,
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much my stuff. But yeah, you want to show some stuff, Austin?
All right. So speaking of games, I'll try to make this quick so we can get to our game portion because we're going to play a game here pretty soon, as far as I know. That's kind of what we're talking about. So I alluded to it a minute ago when the people the guys that protect that people think are creepy that protect my living room is my Boondock Saints, the dolls.
Those are sick.
Yeah. So
awesome.
it's Sean Patrick Flannery and my parents think they're super creepy, but I won them. Okay. Yeah, they have guns. Look at the silent guns on the side. Yeah, and so I won these out of
like who's the other one?
Yeah, it's Norman Reedus and Sean Patrick Flannery, both of them. Yeah.
Nice.
It's the brothers.
How tall are they?
Brothers. They're like legit, like over a foot tall, like probably a foot and a half. Yeah, 18 inches probably.
Is that real hair on them or?
No, it's just like they're just dolls, but it's a nice little jacket. It's a real fabric jacket. But yeah, like I won them at a VIP party at like this raffle at a Scream Fest, like this little convention. So like they have like these raffles, cool. And I ended up winning. I won 2 raffles that night. Oddly enough, both Boondock Saint related because I won those, and then I won like a print, like a movie print signed by the whole cast. So like that was pretty cool. Like in the same night.
That's awesome.
And I had
people. Dude. I had people threatening me to like beat me up, and then I got a picture with them the same weekend, like one of those professional photo ops where it was me getting executed by both of them holding fake guns, like, and I'm like kneeling down, and I got that signed by them too.
You met them too briefly.
Nice. Oh yeah,
That's so damn cool, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they're like got the guns pointing to my head while I'm like kneeling down. Like everybody else was just taking pictures where they're just like standing there, and I like knelt down because they had like these fake guns and like getting executed. I'm like, why not? That's the shot.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
dude, that's so. I know I'm kind of speaking over to you, but can I just say something really quick?
Yeah.
So I saw Actually, no, this is Mushroom Head. I can't spell it up. But I saw Mushroom Head back in the day at Mayhem Fest here in Idaho. And, like, so you could do a shot with them of, I think it was, like, I don't remember what it was. But you could do a shot with them in a tent. And also, then you got a photo with them. And I'm like, dude, just, like, let's just do you guys all, like, beating me up. So that's what's in this photo. And, of course, then they came out with a new album, which is signed. Because they have pre-ordered it.
When we do the episode where we upload, like, pictures, I'll send that one to Jordan so he can throw it up on the screen. You can see it, but it's a pretty dope picture. Yeah. So, but, yeah, anyways. All right, so what I've got here is I talked about how I love movies, so I've got some of my favorite box sets is what I've got. So instead of just favorite movies. So this is my first one. This is a lot of these are out of print, and I'll make sure I talk about that. But this is an out-of-print Toy Story literally toy box set that opens up with the disc inside of it.
Oh, wow.
So, and I got this at Best Buy for like probably $80 or so. And these brand new go for about $200 online if you want a brand new one. And like, obviously, some of these you can obviously get a used version for like cheaper, but like if you brand new, they're out of print. So
that is so cool.
So I've got. Well, this is kind of illegal. I don't know if I should show this, but I have the Star Wars Despecialized trilogy on Blu-ray. So
the Despecialized.
What is that?
The Despecialized editions of Star Wars on Blu-ray. So it's like the original non-CGI versions on Bluray and high def. So, but these are kind of
illegal. Actually, I have one now by the end of Return of the Jedi, like it should.
Where do you get those?
Well, it's funny because I got mine on a Facebook Marketplace, but then the guy's profile disappeared like 2 weeks later. So it's like because every time people
it's
like upload,
illegal to own that. Okay.
Basically, like not so much own it, but just like for people to sell these like in a legit shop. So like people just open up like a profile, we'll sell a few of them, and then like they get banned and they have to like start another one and like sell them again. So it's kind of pseudo illegal to like sell them. So but I have a copy of that. They look great and it's awesome.
That's cool.
So
I'm jealous.
I have my Lord of the Rings box set of the extended edition that looks like a book, that looks like the whole book.
That's awesome.
And these are also out of print right now because you can get like the whole set with the Hobbit and stuff for like $40. But I got this for like probably $60 when it was on sale, and these go for about 120 brand new, unopened. And so like it's a whole looks like a book.
I think my parents actually have that set. They're like one of the few people that like have that cool box set for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, my wife and I have one of the original box sets, and then of course I got her the Blu-ray collector's edition complete set.
All right.
Yeah.
So this just came out. This is the 4K Dawn of the Dead that just got released recently,
Ooh,
and
okay, nice.
and I actually have 2 copies of these because of a shipping error, and the other one I still have wrapped up. So I might give
really?
it away on the podcast at some point because I have 2 copies of this.
Oh,
So because
that'd
and
be
not
legit.
intentionally, but they sent me like a package that was like kind of messed up, but then the actual thing was
Yeah.
okay. So I made a complaint, and they just sent me another one.
Well,
so I have 2 of them.
like, can I show a couple things I have?
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
quickly.
buddy,
Yeah.
speaking of like, so he got it from Scream Factory. So these are
Mhm.
like the legit Scream Factory Jason Goes to Hell, which is really hard to find.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Ridiculously hard to find. And that is a 4K.
Mhm.
This is a 4K of Jason X.
Jason X.
And a 4K of Friday the 13th 3D. All of those are
Okay.
ridiculously hard to find, but my buddy hooked me up because he has the same situation with Scream Factory. They said, hey, there's some issues with the movie, so
Yeah.
we're going to send you another copy. And I checked them out. I didn't really find anything that was weird with it. Yeah.
Well, it was just in their first editions. Like I've got a similar thing. Like I got a couple of Scream Factory things I'm going to show off here in a second. But the Dawn of the Dead thing is pretty cool. It has 4 discs. It has 3 versions of the film, and then a bonus disc. So there's 3 cuts of the film. There's like the Argento cut, there's like the European cut, and there's like an American cut.
I didn't know there were
It's got
3
3
cuts. That's cool.
there's 3 cuts of that movie. So and it's pretty dope. So this just came out.
Crazy.
The 4K looks amazing. So that's
Well,
that.
So if you had to pick one cut, what's the one you would?
I still just go with the original theatrical, like American version, because the European version is a little bit longer, but it has like 2 or 3 scenes that are kind of unnecessary. And then the Argento cut is actually shorter, and he just he kind of re-edited the music a little bit. I just don't like it as much, but it's still okay. All right, so this is the Scream Factory The Fly collection with some awesome artwork on it. Like the artwork is just sick. Like I love this artwork.
So just watch The Fly.
Yeah.
Just today. Finally finished
and
it.
The back has like Vincent Price on it because he's in the original movies and shit like that. So and it's got all 5 movies.
Vincent
and
Price,
I corrected a trivia guy that was doing a trivia night one time, and he asked how many one of the questions, how many movies are in the Fly franchise, and his answer was 3, and I said no, I'm sorry, it's 5, and I can prove it by my box set. So you're wrong.
Yeah.
And he did not realize there was Return of the Fly and Curse of the Fly.
That's always fun when you.
Like,
I've corrected many a people.
Yeah.
So one of the cooler ones I have is Demons.
I have Demons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course I have Demons. Yeah, I have Demons and Demons too.
Right.
Yeah. I'm interrupting.
No, it's all right. This is the Ray Harryhausen Ultimate Collection Blu-ray set, which is pretty dope. Again, I like the artwork, so I'm just a big fan of it.
That's very cool.
And it kind of opens up on the top and has the Blu-ray
inside. Like the old
school,
like Monsters.
So Ray,
like
Harryhausen are the classic.
Like Jason and the Argonauts, like the Sinbad movies,
Yes.
all the old stop motion stuff where he's like fighting skeletons and stuff. Like that's basically what that is.
I love those movies.
That's awesome. Those movies are awesome. So that's the Ray Harryhausen collection. He's the guy who did all the special effects. So he's dope.
Is that one pretty rare or pretty limited?
It's pretty new. Like this is like $70 online, but I just wanted it, and it's pretty cool because it's the first time they did it on Blu-ray.
I gotta put that down as something I want.
Yeah, yeah. No, I had it on my wish list for a while, and then my sister got it for me for my birthday, so I appreciate that. Awesome. Now, Chris, you'll appreciate this. I got my Best of Bogart Blu-ray collection with Maltese Falcon, Casablanca, Treasure Sierra Madre, and African Queen, which I'm sure you've seen all of them. So
those are all amazing movies. So kind of, I always argue with people that are like, who say things like, oh, Humphrey Bogart's really basic. One of my favorite movies from that collection is The Treasure of Sierra Madre. And his transformation in that movie is unbelievable.
Yeah. So here's another out of print. This is an out of print, the Mel Brooks collection. It's a 9-disc set of all of his movies. So this brand new goes for almost $200 online. Because they only printed a certain amount of these, and I got it for like $50, like first week at Best Buy, and then now it's like out of print. I mean, you can get a used copy for like $50 or whatever, but brand new they go for about $200 online. But it has all of his movies pretty much up until Robin Hood Men in Tights. It doesn't have Dracula Dead and Loving It, but it has all those.
The best parody movies ever, like Mel Brooks.
And nobody voted for Robin Hood Men in Tights, so I'd like to point out that I was right on your poll.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
not a single vote.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I don't get that.
But because Hot Shots Part 2 is better, just like I said. Anyways,
okay.
So this is another out-of-print box set. It's called From the Mind of the Coen Brothers, and I just like the art on this one as well, with like the little head split up into the things, and like this goes for a lot of money too. Like again, none of these movies are out of print. It's just like these specific box sets and stuff.
Yeah,
like all these things. This one has Blood Simple, Raising Arizona, Miller's Crossing, and Fargo. I just like the art of it. Like that's pretty dope.
Nice. Yeah.
So I've got the Scream Factory collection of the Omen movies, and again, they make amazing art. Like it's just cool as shit. Like
that is
they got
beautiful.
the clothes.
That is
beautiful.
Awesome.
Like these sets are just gorgeous.
Love that.
And it has.
That's the original. That is all the original movies and.
All the original movies and the remake. There's 4 original movies and a remake, so it has all of them in there. It's like a 5-disc set, so that's pretty dope. But Scream Factory just makes amazing stuff.
Is that one out of print then?
No, it's still available. That one's still available. But again, I have one more that's out of print here in a minute, but I'll show you in a second. This is my 30-disc Universal Classic Monsters box set of all the original Universal horror movies.
That is cool.
So there is literally all these sets, and each one essentially is just like the different creature, and then all the movies that thing, so all the Dracula movies that Dracula was in, then all the and including all of the Abbott and Costello movies where they met all the different monsters as well. Because technically they're part of the universe.
Well, so how do those look on Blu-ray? Like, they look pretty good.
They look great. I mean, they're, most of them are black and white. There are some color stuff because they have like the Phantom of the Opera movies, and they have some of the ones from like the 60s and things, and some of the later ones. But like, they all look amazing. Like, they're great. Yeah. But that's a great set. I got that on sale, on a flash sale for like $100, but this thing usually goes for about $200. So, yeah. Now this is another one that's out of print. Now, oddly enough, this is called the Ultimate Gangsters Collection on Blu-ray, Contemporary. And it has Heat, The Departed, Mean Streets, Untouchables, and Goodfellas. But there's another version. There's an old school Gangsters one, another one that's still available, still in print, and it has like White Heat and Little Caesar and stuff like that. But this one, for whatever reason, is out of print, and it costs like $100 brand new online. Like, but I got this for like $40, like when it came out.
Very cool.
One of the cool special editions I picked up is this collector's edition of Halloween. It's a steelbook.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful.
I love steelbooks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And cool. Steelbook of The Departed, also on Blu-ray.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Right on.
So this is one I picked up recently when I sent Jordan my old Friday the 13th collection on Blu-ray, and this is the Scream Factory Friday the 13th collection on Blu-ray.
That's like one of the best box sets out there.
$110 or so, but like it's so worth it because look how beautiful that cover is. Like that's amazing.
That's
gorgeous.
So nice.
It looks gorgeous, and it has all the movies on Blu-ray, like everything up to Freddy versus Jason. Wow. And then like a whole nother bonus disc. It has everything. Like even the remake. So like they had to get a lot of the rights issues to get this out of the way to put all of them in there because some of the other movies were owned by other companies.
Oh.
So, but to get that, because like they have rights issues over the years because some of the box set I sent Jordan, for instance, only has the first 8 movies. It doesn't have Jason Goes to Hell or Jason X, things like that because they were owned by like Paramount or something. There was just rights issues.
Which is the one my friend gave to me when he got that same set.
Right, and I gave Jordan my older. It's still a Blu-ray set, so it's still really good. But each one has like amazing bonus features for literally every movie. Like it's awesome. It's so good.
Yeah, bonus features that I've heard are like amazing.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. So these are my 2 biggest ones. Okay, these are probably my 2 most expensive ones because that Friday the 13th one is about $110. So and the Universal Monster one is about $100. So Chris, this is the big Batman series box set. That the whole thing. Did you pick this up by any chance?
I do have it. Yes.
You have it. Yeah. So it's just cool. It looks great. Just even just above my collection. Yeah. But like this just even looks great up on my shelf, like above my movies. Like it's just so eye catching and very cool. It came with like a little Hot Wheels car in there and like all these scrapbooks. So like I don't think they even sell this big thing anymore. Like I think you can still find it online, but again, I think it's kind of out of print now because everywhere I've seen it's just things.
Years ago. For my birthday.
Yeah. Okay. And then this is one of my big pride and joys. This was like I don't know, 150 or 200 bucks or something like that.
My
This is the Godzilla Criterion Collection, the Showa era. So this is everything Godzilla movie up until Destroy All Monsters before they went to the 80s. And basically it looks like a whole scrapbook. So it's literally like a book. And it has all this artwork. It's a book. And you scroll through and it has like a page or 2 pages for like every movie. And all this original artwork and like descriptions and behind the scenes stuff. And then when you get to the last page, it has all the discs on a 2-page set. Like in these little slots. And all the movies are in there. Like, it's ridiculously cool. So, like, this is the Criterion Godzilla Showa collection. And, like, this even just sits, like, up on my, like, above my movies, like, on these little shelves because it just looks amazing, like, with the artwork. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. So, like, this was, I saved up for a while to get this. Well, it's dope.
Well, I love all those old Godzilla movies, like the Tohos and all those ones.
It's basically all of those. It's everything from Gojira to Destroy All Monsters, which was the last one before they jumped to the next era with Godzilla 1985. So yeah, it's pretty dope. So those are like all my really like cool ones that I'm like super proud of in my collection.
That's awesome.
It makes me wish I would have saved some of my box set because like I don't really save cases. I just kind of keep all the discs. Like I got like one of those Transformer collection that like had all the Transformers. And then the box literally transformed into Optimus Prime. You can like transform the box.
But that's why I love like physical movies because like when you have artwork like this, like how cool is that, man? Like it just looks great. Like just on like because I pulled out a few of these just to put across the tops of my shelves, you know, and just to also make some room for the individual discs. But those just look cool, just sitting there as like set pieces. So, anyways, yeah. But that's like some of the stuff I'm super proud of.
Cool. Right on, man. So there's a couple of things I was maybe gonna try to get to that we'll save to the next episode because we're just gonna jump over to the game that I had here. I think so. We can talk about like we're gonna talk about some of our favorite movie going experiences. We can save that maybe to episode 2, and maybe I was gonna. And also, we can talk about some of our biggest influence and some of our like heroes in life. So that'll be something for episode 2 also. So just a little tease of like what we have kind of saved for the second episode. But we have this game here that I thought would be pretty awesome. So for those of you who've ever watched the podcast Doug Loves Movies, so he does this game called the Leonard Maltin game. So I made up a few rounds of the Leonard Maltin game. I thought would be awesome. So basically how it works is I'm going to give you some categories to choose from. So they're just these are really obscure categories, and then you choose one. Once you choose, I'm going to tell you what the categories of the movies actually are. I'm going to give you what the movie was actually rated on Rotten Tomatoes, because usually for the Leonard Maltin game, you actually follow the Leonard Maltin guide, but it went out of print back in 2015. So kind of have to improvise for some of the newer ones. So I'm gonna give you the Rotten Tomatoes score. I'm gonna give you some of the maybe the top three headlines from some of the top critics from Rotten Tomatoes. So that'll give you a little hint as to what the movie might be.
And then the year, right? Like the release date, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the year too. Yeah. So I'll give you the release date, and then you have to try to guess how many cast members you want me to reveal. So I'm going to go up to 12. So you can pick 12 all the way down to 1, and then also you can go into the negative. So if you want to guess like a negative one, it means you have to name one of the cast members and the title. So if you think that, so whoever can get it on the least amount of cast members revealed wins that round. So
and it's like name that tune. So me and Chris are going to bid on names, and we go lower and lower until somebody can do it, basically.
Yes, you can go back and forth. So like if Austin bids 8 and you think you can get it in less than 8 names revealed, then you can say like 7 if you can do it. And then when 7 names, then you're going to win the round. So like whoever can do it in the least amount of names. So like you'll kind of get it as we go. So but
I've listened to Doug Love Movies. Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
I know the gist of this. Yep.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I've been on Doug Loves Movies, on Doug Loves Minis episodes.
What?
Oh, you have.
I
awesome.
played Last Man Standing and the Leonard Maltin game with Doug on
With
minutes.
Doug?
On stage,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Because
nice.
at some of his stand-up shows, because I actually made like full posters and got like near the front row, and he pulled me up on stage to do, and I won both times. I won the Leonard Maltin thing, and I beat 3 other people in the Last Man Stand. We did Kevin Smith movies, so both directed and starred in, and I whooped everybody's ass. So yeah.
Oh wow.
So no pressure. What did you legit win though? Hey, what did you win?
Just like it's just like a T-shirt, and he had this thing called Squelch the Smell Remover, like a weed remover thing, and just like he doesn't bring like extravagant gift bags to like the stand-up shows, whatever he has like laying around, basically, yeah.
And me and my wife Shannon went to go see Doug Loves Movies when he came to Boise, so they had Sam Levine there, and I think like Big J Okerson, he was one of the guests. And then they had like a local person that they like tipped like a local a comedian from Boise and let her be on the show with her son, because I guess that like son had some dreams of being a stand-up comic or something someday. Yeah. So they brought this like 12-year-old kid on the stage where like basically everyone's high on stage. So like it's kind of
the Leonard Maltin one I played against Graham Elwood, his buddy, and then the other one was just me playing against other audience people in the Kevin Smith thing. So yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Awesome.
Well, so in light, since Austin, you're such like a movie powerhouse, I'll let Chris go first, just to kind of
give fine. And then we'll switch over.
Someone have an advantage, right? Yeah, and then we'll switch.
Yeah, at least give him at least let him pick the category. I have a little bit of advantage and pick.
Right. So I'll give you 3 categories. You can pick between these 3 categories. So the categories are. And like just remember, like I came up with these kind of off the top of my head, so you'll kind of see. Okay. But the first category is parental guidance suggested. So that's one. And then the second category is give me some space. And then the third category is leave of absence. So out of those 3 categories, what do you want to pick?
I want to say parental
guidance suggested.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those are movies with awkward encounters with parents. So like the movies that have that. So yeah. So
oh my god.
Well, so do you want to pick a movie from 2017? Or do you want to pick a movie from 2008 or a movie from 1999? What year do you want to go?
Let's go 1999.
All right. So I got to kind of just bear with me. So like once you actually say it, I got to bring it up on Rotten Tomatoes. So one quick second while it comes up.
God, now I'm trying to remember the movie I'm thinking of.
I know, me too.
In that area.
Yeah, right. You got to think of like year. 1999. What would come out with the awkward encounter with parents? So let's see. So the Rotten Tomatoes score that's about to load here. Because my computer has been running kind of slow recently. I don't know why, but let's see if it actually is gonna give me the legit score here. Oh, okay. I think. Oh, okay. No, that's a different movie. Okay, so here it is. Okay, I was gonna say like you gave it a really low score. I was like, oh, okay, but that was a different movie. So
okay.
So Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 61% from the critics is what it got. So it's a movie that's 61%. And then I'm going to bring up some of the reviews from the critics here. So let's see. So one of the top critics said it's a crude piece of work, spottily acted and directed. So that's one. And then there's another one that was more likely to gross out adults than kids. So there's that. And then also too, one of them says, and if you know like some of the behind the scenes stuff, this might actually help. It says Adam Herz's script is wildly uneven, but occasionally quite funny. So those are 3 quotes that you get. So how many think?
Adam Herz.
So out of 12 cast members, what do you want to bid? How many do you cast members do you want me to reveal for this one?
So so the way I bid, like if I bid a low number, and I.
Well, basically, if you bid low, I'll challenge you, but or if I don't know, or I might go lower. So You have to set
Well,
the
you
the
might have
pace
an
here.
edge on me because I'm trying to remember Adam Hers, but I think I know the movie anyways.
I don't. I'm not familiar with that name. I'll just let you know that. I'm trying to think about like 99 comedies, though. I'm trying to think.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's a comedy in 1999. Am I allowed to think out loud, or should I not think out loud?
Probably not think too much out loud, but I mean, I think we both inferred that it was a 99 comedy because they talked about how funny or not funny the script was. So I mean, I think that's pretty obvious.
Okay. I'm
Possibly
gonna
99
guess.
comedy.
So 2.
The 12
You only need
names.
2 names out of 12.
Right.
You mean the bottom
Out of
2
count.
names? You do know it's the
You're pretty
bottom 2,
confident.
right? Not the top 2.
Fuck.
You want to?
You want to
Yeah.
change your bid?
Yeah. It won't be the top build.
It's not the top 2
like, it'll
people.
be
It's
like
the bottom 2.
Like it's
So let's go with 4.
yes, it'll be like the 12th and 11th ranked person.
Okay, let's
You
go
wanna
with 4.
All right, name it
Okay. Hang on.
with the bottom 4.
Okay. I gotta count these out really quick though. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. The bottom 4. So
God.
you have Tara Reid, you have Lawrence Pressman,
Can I say it?
Chris Owen. Yeah, you can say it.
Okay.
American Pie.
Yeah, good job.
That is correct. Yep, it is American Pie. So
As soon as he said Tara Reid, I was like,
went round
okay,
one.
fucking American Pie. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's
American
what
Yep,
I was
that
gonna
was
say.
it.
Anyways, and I should have gone with 0, and I would have been right. Fuck! I
Right.
need to trust my
Yep.
instincts for once.
Yeah.
Especially when
So-
they said like more likely to gross out adult, like the whole
Yeah, right.
fucking the pie thing.
Yeah, but that
Yep,
see,
right,
Chris,
right.
that threw me off because then it made me think it was a kids movie.
Oh.
yeah, right.
More likely to
True.
gross out an adult.
Gross out an
Does that
adult.
mean like adults are taking their kids? You know what I mean? Like I just
Right,
yeah.
that clue threw me
It's
off that
funny.
it was like some Disney comedy or something to like with
Right,
some gross
okay, I
out
can
stuff
get
in
into
it.
that.
So that
Yeah.
threw
Yeah,
off
right.
like my whole mindset because that was a weird line
And
because
I
I was
didn't
like, okay, I know
understand-
he means teenagers now instead of kids, but
Yeah,
like
right.
Right, so
I
that
thought
threw
it
me
meant
off,
kids.
too.
That threw me off.
So teenagers is it? Is it what it is?
Probably like it was
Yeah,
like it's aimed
probably.
at teens, but like
Yeah.
grossed out adults. You know what I mean? Like yeah, sort of
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
Fair enough. Good
Well,
job.
You're up, Austin, for the next one.
Mhm.
So,
What are we
kick
playing
it.
to like 3 points or something like that? Are we gonna play something like that?
Or 4?
Yeah, we can-
Should play
Or 4?
just so it's
I don't
even.
know.
we
Okay.
can do 3 or 4, but I only have a limited amount of categories, so like eventually
Oh.
we'll probably get
Well,
to
I
the
mean,
end for this. I didn't
we
make
can
a
go
ton,
back to
but-
but we can go back to the categories we didn't use if we need to. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which actually,
So that's-
How many rounds do they play of it?
Depends
3 or
on how
4,
people they
like
get. They
something
get to
like
like whoever gets to like 3 points usually something like that is what they play.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
okay, so your category is, or categories, and some of these kind of like tie into like things going on in our time currently. So the first category is the Friends reunion for the first category.
Okay.
Then the second category is Mind Your Business, and then the third category is Leave of Absence. So which?
Okay. I'll go with the
Okay.
Friends reunion because I have an idea of what it might lead to.
Okay, so this one's pretty simple. They're just movies about friends, like friends hanging out. You know.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like movies with people from Friends in the cast or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was
Right,
way
right.
off on that.
Yeah.
That would have been legit too.
Yeah.
Samsonite was
Okay.
way off.
So just like friend hangout movies. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So
All right.
do you want to go with a movie from 2009, a movie from 2018, or a movie from 1985? What do you want to go with?
Ooh. 85.
Okay. So I got to bring it up here. So give me
Okay.
1 minute. I'm like talk.
Wish I had a pen to make
Talk
notes.
amongst yourselves. Yeah. Let's see.
La di da da da.
Yeah.
La di
La di da da da. Dee, 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 dee.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic.
Yeah. Right.
No
Peanut is
pressure,
neither a
guys.
peanut or nut.
Guys, no
Have some
pressure.
legit-
You might get it.
have some legit
Is it a Barbara
elevator
Streisand
music
movie?
going on.
Is it
Yep,
Beaches?
yep. So
It's Beetlejuice.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Come on, computer.
I guess that's
I'm
not
sitting here
really
just waiting for the
a
page to
friend
play.
comedy, though.
No. I think my computer loads extra slow because we have the stream going on. So when I'm like doing multiple
Probably.
things, it's like, yeah.
You might have to do it on your
Dude.
phone.
Right. That'd
Do it
probably
on
be
your
like way
phone
faster.
separately if you need to.
No pressure, Austin.
Or bring
you're
up
gonna lose.
one
With the
one on your
Flickster
computer
app.
and bring up like IMDb on your phone or something, and it would speed it up a little
We're
bit.
gonna smack you into
What happened here, though?
yesterday,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I have it here.
Yeah.
So, this movie got a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. Is what it's at.
Okay.
So it's like decently like fresh, kind of. But some of the top lines from the critics are so so actually Gene Siskel from Siskel and Ebert says a funny juvenile wind-up toy about kids in perilous comic book situations. That's what it says.
Mm.
And then there's another critic that says this movie is a hip, sassy, innocent as it is 7 teenage heroes. So that, and then also here we go. In many ways, the film resembles a younger take on the adventure of Indiana Jones. So that's one. So there's that for you. Those are 3 reviews. Now I gotta bring it up on IMDb, which I'm gonna go from my phone now. Nope, you can't.
You can steal if you
sorry.
bid lower than me,
Yeah, if you bid lower. So
but I get to
I
bid
already
first.
know what it is.
yeah. So how many do you want?
I think I do too. I'll go -1.
Okay, wait. I gotta bring it up still, but I'm gonna bring it up on my phone because that's going way faster. I don't have it connected to my Wi-Fi. So, but let's see. Wait.
Oh, I know another one. It could
What's that?
possibly be 2. Damn.
Well, so do you
Okay.
want? I forgot to ask this round because you could out bid Chris last time, and I totally forgot to throw it over to you, Austin. But do you think you can outbid Austin? He did -1, so he said you can name the title and 1 cast member. Can you go?
I'm gonna do
lower than
-2.
that? You know, -2. Okay, it's bold. Austin, can you beat -2?
Do I have to do them in order, or is it just any of them?
I think you have to. What?
Wait, because I have to name the title and the.
That's the thing I was never
Cast?
sure about the Leonard Maltin game. Is if you have to do them in
Oh
order on the
shit!
negative.
Well, how
bit.
about we
I
do
don't
our
know.
version? How about we do our version, and we're just? Do you want to just guess how many people are in that top 12, and we just bid that way, and see how many you can name?
Sure. Yeah, you could do that.
How about we just do that, and if they're in that top 12, it counts. Does that count?
Yep.
Or can we just do
Sure,
that,
yeah.
and then we'll see?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
totally
so Chris, if you bid -2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go. If we're gonna do that, I'll do
fine. You gotta get the
-5.
title. -5. You gotta get the title plus you have to get all 5 correct in order to do it.
I'll do
What?
-5.
So wait,
Okay.
because you got to know the cast members' names.
Yeah, you gotta know the cast members' names. Yep. So
Okay,
So-
can I? Wow.
Because these aren't going to be in order,
Can we
but I
make it
think
a
I can
5?
do 5. Yeah, I think I can do 5
Yeah.
out of the top 12. Yeah.
can you beat -5, Chris? I think that's
I
pretty
know
tough.
like the movie, but I don't necessarily know. Wow, I'm kind of fucked.
Now just
now.
tell me to
You're
name
gonna
it.
win
Maybe
this.
I'll have the wrong movie. I could have the wrong movie, but I'm pretty sure I
Yeah,
know the
but-
right movie.
He gets it wrong.
then you get the point.
Too bad I put.
You get the
Yeah,
point.
I put my foot in my mouth already. Oh well.
Well, tell
Well,
me to
should we
name
start
it then.
Austin?
Okay. The name of the
Tell me to
movie
name
is
it.
Goonies.
I have to say the answer, right?
Fuck.
Yeah,
Chris, what are you doing?
he has to say it.
You told me name it, and then you started answering the question. Come on, Chris.
Yeah.
You know how this works. Yeah.
Well, you already
Okay.
knew it though, right? So
I knew it. Yeah, I was gonna say the Goonies. Yeah, the Goonies, and I'll go Sean Astin, Corey
And then 5,
Feldman, Ki Hai Kwan, Josh Brolin, Joe Pantoliano.
Yep, that's correct. All right, you get the point.
There we go.
I don't know
Nice.
those casts, so yeah.
you
Mhm.
I know some of them, but I don't know all of them though.
I think if Chris wouldn't have said something, you would have got it anyway. So
I already
It's
knew
all
it was the
good.
Goonies. I already
Yeah,
knew it was
yeah,
the
right.
Goonies, but
So wait,
but
so
yeah,
I'm
I
now
was just trying to
negative
get-
5 points.
No,
you have 1
I
point
just
because
get
you got
I
it
get
right.
the point. I got it right, so
Yeah,
I
you
get
get
a
the point
point.
for the
Like I challenged you and you got it right, so you have a point. Remember? That's all we do.
Yep.
So if you challenge me, I got to do the thing that I said I was going to do and do. I have to name the movie with the 5 names.
So now we're tied.
So,
1-1.
So if you say name it,
now you're
don't say
tied.
a damn thing. You don't say the movie what you think it is. You keep your mouth shut. Because I could have the wrong. Because when he first said the category in '85, I thought it was going to be The Breakfast Club.
That's what I kind of thought too.
So I was thinking about that, and then he started saying like the Indiana Jones thing, and then I switched to the Goonies.
I was
So,
like, the Indiana Jones thing was like,
okay.
Right.
All right.
Because we know that was inspired by that.
All right. So Chris gets to picks the next category now.
Yeah. So your categories are.
But we're tied up 1-1.
The categories are mind your business, leave of absence, or give me some space. Which one do you want to
give me some space?
All right. Well, this is another one of the more generic categories. These are just movies set in space. So you got movies set in space. So do you want to go with a movie from 1977? You want to go with a movie from 1987, or do you want to go with a movie from 1968? So they're kind of older ones.
What? Okay. So sorry. What were those again? Tell me.
So 1977. 1987 or 1968?
I'm going to go with 1987.
Okay, it's 1987. So I'm going to bring up the one on my computer. I got Rotten Tomatoes going on my computer, and the other one is on my phone.
It's funny, like you get to thinking about this, and you're like, oh, yeah, I think that's in that year.
Yeah, right. yeah.
You have to put yourself back in
space.
Yeah, back in that thing.
Yeah. Came out in 1987. The year after the Bears won the Super Bowl, right? Yeah.
Fuck the Bears.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try bringing both of these up on my phone because my computer's running slow. Because if you have the Flickster app, that's basically Rotten Tomatoes, which I do have.
Okay.
Flickster. Let me see. Flick. Or I had it at. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, I was gonna say.
No pressure, Jordan.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. Come on. Don't let my phone go slow too. Okay. Of course I have to. Okay. All right.
I think it's the light above my head, like this setting this thing off.
Oh yeah.
Is like
so Rotten Tomatoes. We ready for the score? Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie a 56%.
56%. Okay.
And I gotta find one that, like headlines that don't give it away.
Yeah, some of them will give away the title or the director or something. You don't want to do that.
Right. Yeah. So 56%. When the first one says consistently offers more laughs than groans. For that one, and then also another critic said a very unfortunate script, a rampant direction, a soulless montage. No. And then let's see.
Oh, I'm trying to think of this movie.
Let me see.
I was thinking something, but the first review just completely threw me off.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, here you go. So, the third review says it's mostly forced humor all the way. A movie that rarely measures up to its adequate kitsch. What it is. So forcibly
kitsch.
Yeah. So it's
Kitsch.
Yeah, so it's like a niche kind of thing. It's like pretty much what it means. So it says that it's mostly forced humor all the way. A movie that rarely measures up to its adequate kitsch, which is like a niche kind of thing. Like it's adequate little like whatever like subgenre that it is.
Oh my god!
Those are your clues. So how many do you think you can get it in out of 12? What do you want to bid?
Sounds tough. I have a movie in mind. I just can't think of the title.
Think of all the clues
right now.
Yeah. It's gonna be out of 12.
And I'm trying to remember. is there a way to get more hints, or does that count more points against you?
That's it.
Okay, that's it.
That's
All right.
it. I mean,
So
the only way,
I'm sorry.
the only
What?
way is if you want to bid more people, that'll give you more hints. But you want to have the lowest amount of points. So that's kind of also goes against you if you do that.
God.
Some of these people, yeah. Anyways, I don't want to give anything away. That's all I'm
I know
say.
somebody on their list. Absolutely.
But what do you want to bid though?
So it's in space.
Yep.
Out of 12.
We want to hear the critic reviews. They'll give you one repeat each round if you want to hear some of them.
Okay. No, I don't need that.
Okay.
It was. Oh my gosh! Me and my friend talked about it too. It's literally.
Remember to make a bid first, though, before you say the
Make
title.
I know that.
Start talking. Don't start talking. Say the title or anything. Yeah.
So.
You're gonna give Austin some clues if you do.
I'm gonna go with 6.
A 6? Okay. Do you think you can outbid him, Austin?
Cool. I'll go -6.
Oh, so you know what it is, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
It took me a minute, but I think so.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to contend here, Chris. Sorry.
That's all right. I'm okay with that.
Well, do you want to say name it and hope I'm wrong? I could have the wrong movie, so okay.
Come to name it.
I think the movie is Spaceballs.
Okay.
And then I'll go Bill Pullman, John Candy, Rick Moranis, Daphne Zuniga, Joan Rivers, and Mel Brooks.
Yep, that is correct.
Fuck!
So the Spaceballs. Yeah.
Oh!
It took me a minute because when you said 87, I was thinking Explorers, the Joe Dante movie.
Oh.
Well, I was thinking of that. There's that.
I'm surprised you knew 6 people.
Leslie Nielsen movie.
I can name a few more. There's Dom DeLuise. Because he's Pizza the Hut.
Yeah, Pizza the Hut.
And John Hurt might even been in there for his cameo. I don't even know.
Yeah, he was.
Top 12.
Yeah, he is.
So wait, so did I lose a point?
Yep.
No, I just get a point.
No.
So you're
I've
now
got 2.
2 to
I've
1.
got 2, and you got 1. And I think were we playing to 3 or 4, or what were we playing to?
4.
4?
I'm good at 4.
Okay.
But then you have Michael Winslow too. Yeah.
Right.
Dick Van Patten.
Dick Van Patten. Yeah, Dick Van Patten.
Yeah.
I would have got those eventually if I had thought about it a little more, but I thought that was enough.
I actually like this game, as frustrating as this is, because I feel like I'm learning more.
It makes you think. Yeah.
It really does.
By the way, I mean, are you going to reuse these categories, Jordan? So with the other movies, maybe?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I won't say the other 2
them,
then. I think I know one of the other ones, but I won't say it. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So
right, keep going.
Well, back. So you're up, Austin. You get to choose. So I only made 5 categories, so we'll have to reuse them. But maybe for next time I'll do 8 categories or something. but kind of made this quickly. But we'll go with a couple of the ones that we haven't used yet. So your categories are leave of absence, give me some space, and mind your own business.
Okay. We'll try mind your own business.
Okay, so these are mind bender movies, is what they are.
Okay.
So
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to go? Yeah.
What do you mean by mind bender movies?
Well, you just have to think about it. Make you bend your mind.
Yeah. Yep. You just have to. You got to think
maybe
about it.
twisty movies that fuck with your head.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you want to go with a movie from 1999? Do you want to go with a movie from 2010, or do you want to go with a movie from 1995?
2010.
Okay, so we got one from 2010. Let me bring it up. This will go faster the more I do this.
2010. Oh, I think I know.
I can do too, but I think I can name more people than you.
Maybe.
We'll see. Maybe we'll outbid each other on this one.
Of course, you can name more people than me.
Well, that's part of the game, isn't it?
So it came up a lot faster this time. So the critics gave it 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. So So it's like a mid kind of level for as far as Rotten Tomatoes goes. Let's see. And then some of the critics. So one of them says it's a relentlessly chilling mystery and a white knuckle thriller. That's what it says. And then also another critic says that one of the main actors breaks away and serves up what may very well be his best performance to date. That, and then I got to load up a few more that like don't completely give it away.
Right.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay, here you go. Another critic said, not his best work, nor his most original, but this is still a classy watch. So those are your three reviews. And then how many people do you want to bid?
Man, I could be thinking of the wrong movie, but
could be.
I could be. He may have thrown me for a loop here.
2010.
I'll just start with -2.
-2. All right. Do you think you can go any higher than that, Chris, or lower, however you want to say it? Can you bid more negatives than Austin?
Let's see.
If you have any clue what the movie is.
The Rotten Tomatoes score is throwing me off a little bit, though, so I may be wrong.
Might be.
Yeah, me too, because I feel like it was more well liked.
Yeah, but it may not have been. I don't know.
Can you name 3 or 4 or something more from the movie? Or you can have a name it. You can tell them to just name it.
Name it.
I really could be wrong, but I'll say Inception with DiCaprio and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And you said 2, right?
Yeah.
That is incorrect, my friend.
That's what I thought. I knew I was wrong with the movie. 68 seemed low.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you can try it, Chris. So like when you get it wrong, does he still have to go for -2 or 3 or what does he have?
No. He just gets the point because I got it wrong.
So can I just try or can?
But he can try to guess it. Yeah, he can still try to
He
guess
can
I'm
try
it.
to
Shutter
guess it,
Island.
And how many people do you want to
Well,
name?
I
You want
don't
to try
care.
to
It
name
doesn't
it?
matter at this point. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
right.
right.
Yeah.
But is it Shutter Island?
Well, that's correct. Oh yeah, it's Shutter
I
Island.
would've been
So,
right.
so yep.
Shutter
See,
Island was 2010? I could have sworn that was 2011.
No, it's
Was
2010.
it not?
I hated
Yeah.
that movie. I'm glad
Yeah.
the critics agreed with me mostly.
Huh.
2010. Yep.
Wow.
So,
So I just
I
had
was kind of
I just
surprised
had
by
the
that
wrong
because
DiCaprio movie. Okay.
So
I
two
would
to
have
two
thought
now?
the rating would have been a lot higher. Yeah.
Yep.
That one almost threw me for a loop too. But then I was like, yeah, it's kind of mass and it's kind of classy. It's got that
Oh, shit, that
older
was
style
2010.
setting. Yeah.
Yep.
Damn,
yep.
I see. I thought that was 2011. I was wrong. Was Inception
Nope.
2011? No, Inception was 2010 too. So he threw me off with that
2010.
shit.
Yeah, right.
So now we're
Okay,
tied
you threw me
with 2-2.
2. Mhm.
Yep, it's 2-2. So
See, I'm
If you're
Chris.
Chris-
I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I could
Yeah.
be confident and still be
Yeah.
wrong.
It's a Christmas
So that's the whole
miracle. Charlie
Never
Brown.
know. Yep.
But again, well, that's what Sam Levine would always say on the show. He'd be like confident about something, but he'd be, I could be wrong. I could have the wrong movie, like in my head.
Yeah, right.
And I was locked into the wrong movie. So there you go.
Sam Levine's
Yep.
a god.
Yeah.
Because like he likes, well, Sam Levine likes to kind of play like mind games, like he'll act like
Yeah.
he's like super innocent. He doesn't know anything, and then just blow people out of the water. It's funny.
Right.
But
So Chris gets to pick the next category, or go back to one of the old categories in a different year, I guess. Something
yeah,
like that.
right. We have one category we haven't done yet, which is the which I'll throw it out there again. So your categories are leave of absence,
Leave of
or
absence.
Okay, let's do it.
Or we want to just do it since it's the only one we haven't done. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
so
Why not? Let's do it.
So
But Chris gets to bid first, so he gets to go first.
these are movies. These are romance movies where the couples leave each other and then might possibly get back together again. By the end.
That's every rom-com of all time. What are you talking about, dude? Come on, man.
Seriously?
That doesn't
You'll
narrow
find
it down.
out.
It's every romance
Oh.
movie of all time where they have the 15-minute breakup. Come on, man. Really?
Yeah.
more
You'll find
specific than
out. Right.
That's
right.
every romance
Not
movie in
fair.
history. Yeah.
Well, you'll see. You'll see it. Like basically, like the movies were like that's the main like thing of it. Like if the main thing is like them getting back together. So you'll see. But anyways,
Again, every romance movie.
so
All
you
right.
want to go? Do you want to go with the movie from 1943? Do you want to go with a movie from 2009, or do you want to go with a movie from 2004? So you got an old school one, or from 43, 2009, or 2004?
I'm trying to think. Like I think I know a movie. I'm trying to remember if it's from 2004 or 1999. Like it's right in the ballpark. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Just think of a romance movie from one of those years. Right?
I know, and I have a movie in my mind, and I want to fit into one of those years.
Which year do you want to do?
2004 is too. No, I was still in
high school. You're probably right.
I was still in high school. So 1999.
Well, no, you had just graduated, right? But
1999. We're not going to go with 2004.
What's 2009 or 2000?
2009, not 99.
Yeah.
99 was one of the categories.
Wait a second. No, sorry. What were the years?
They were 1943.
43 and 09.
Yeah. 04, 43, and 09. Yeah.
You said 43?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, we're doing 43. Absolutely.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that.
Sure. All right. Might throw you for a loop here. We'll see.
Kiss my
Let me
ass.
bring up the.
I just fucked myself.
Yeah, you might have just screwed yourself here. We'll see.
Jesus. I'm trying to think of any movie from 1943.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Okay, so the score for this movie. Oh, okay. You ready for the score?
Yeah, I am.
This movie got a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes. 99%.
Yeah, of course.
Ooh.
So, and the critics review. Let's see. Okay, here you go. This one's might throw you for a loop, but we'll see. So we had one critic that said, "This is an occasion where the final whole seriously and decisively outweighs the sum of its flawed, imperfect parts."
Okay, so read that again.
Oh, sorry, I got to hit
read
back.
That one again.
I was loading some more, but so this is an occasion where the final whole seriously and decisively outweighs the sum of its flawed, imperfect parts. So that's that. Let me bring up some more here that don't give it away.
I feel like now you're just going for weird reviews.
Sort of, but
sort of.
Okay, here you go. So another critic said, "It may not be the best of its kind ever, but it's a good melodrama."
Melodrama.
Yeah. And then, that one's like way too generic. I don't want to give you something too generic. Hang on. These other ones are want to give it away. Yeah, that's all right. Another one about a melodrama. Let's see. Okay, here you go. So the third critic says, "No role is wasted, no shot overdone or overlong, and nearly every moment absolutely unforgettable." Those are the three.
Okay.
Let me bring up the IMDb. Let's see.
God, this is hard.
How many people you want to bid out of 12?
Out of 12.
What do you want to bid? And you can go negative too if you think
In other words,
the movie.
But if I go negative, I gotta guess it right away, basically.
Yep, you got to guess the title.
Unless I go more negative names.
Yeah.
Than you.
But if I go positive, then
you get the bottom, names starting from the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
We start with this is just the bidding process, and then whoever wants to tell the other person
I'm
the name.
I'm gonna guess 5. I want 5 names.
5. All right. Can you outbid him, Austin?
0.
0. So that means you're just naming what the title is, but no cast members, right?
So I can't remember who the people are, but I think I have an idea of the movie. Because look, Chris, I have to tell you, I'm really good with movie release dates. So that's like my shit. So I'm just purely going by a romance movie I know from 1943. I think. Yeah, but I'm not positive because when you get into these old school movies, I could have my dates totally wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
can you outbid him, Chris? Like, can you do like a -1 or 2? Or
so
not?
if I match him at that, then
you can't match. It's either you tell me to name it or you outbid me.
Name it.
Yeah.
All right. It's just His Girl Friday.
That is incorrect. No, sir.
Okay. All right. See, I'm wrong.
So, you want to try and guess it, Chris, or do you want me to just tell you?
Or start naming names and see if you can guess it.
Yeah, start naming names for me.
From the bottom.
That's what I wanted. With 5. Give me 5 names.
5? Okay.
I mean, you already got the point, so just give him some names.
Okay.
See if we can get it.
Try to play the game.
See if we can get it. Yeah.
5. Okay, so I'm going to start with John Quaylen at number 12. You know, like good old classic John Quaylen. You know, right?
John Quaylen.
Joy Page.
Oh, I know it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. Dooley Wilson.
I think I know what this is. Casablanca.
Yep, it's Casablanca. Come on, Chris.
Fuck yes!
That was for you, right? Casablanca. Yep.
I was like, it's gotta be Casablanca, and Casablanca did come out in '43, and it was one of those movies that like critics either loved or they absolutely hated.
Right.
Like it was one of those movies that and it came out was a movie is it came out right before the war.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Can I tell you my logic?
Yeah.
So His Girl Friday.
It was actually good logic. I like that.
His Girl Friday is 1940, so I was pretty close. And literally the IMDb thing says a newspaper editor uses every trick in the book to keep his ace reporter ex-wife from remarrying, so he's trying to get back with her. So I thought it was like that.
Yeah, right.
Also, I almost said
split.
Yeah,
I almost went with the movie To Catch a Thief.
Yeah.
Almost.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I heard more of the reviews, and I'm like, okay, this is gotta
Chris
be...
wins. We're at 2.5 hours. We got to stop. we're going way too long for this podcast.
I'm fine, but
yeah.
But we have Brian doing the little Scott Mantz thing, movie release dates.
Release dates. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. So I basically Chris won because I beat myself.
Well, Chris wins. Yep. Right.
Because I got too ambitious.
Yes.
No, it just proves. It proves, like Sam Levine said, you can win this game and not know as much as the other person. That's the unique thing about the game.
Yeah,
because the other person can be overconfident.
Yeah. Well, the thing, dude, I started out like shit talking, and I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna eat my words.
And then I start going like -5, -6.
I'm gonna eat crow on the show.
Yeah.
Well, so now I can save some of the
1968 was 2001: A Space Odyssey, by the way.
Was it?
Okay. Yeah. I knew that for sure. If you said 68,
that was on there. Yeah. You know, I had to include.
I don't know what the 77 was. Was 77 2010?
No, the 77 one. Do you want to know what it is?
Star Wars.
It was Star Wars. Okay, I guess I'm sure.
Yeah, Star Wars.
So.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Wow. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I was almost tempted to add aliens in there for you, Austin, but
okay.
That was legit. I almost said but
that's
then I was
70,
like, it's not on there.
9, is that what it is?
Well, no, Alien was 79, so you could have done that for 79. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 79. But yeah, so this has been a lot of fun for our first podcast. So we'll just kind of call it good there. We have plenty of things to talk about going forward, so we're gonna be able to talk forever. So yeah.
Oh,
and
absolutely,
the next,
dude. This has been so much fun.
And going forward, just so everybody knows, we're gonna be releasing one of these podcast episodes every Friday. So usually we'll have it a little earlier for you guys, but I just had a little personal conflict I had to deal with today, but it is what it is. So yeah. So That was a good time, kind of just getting to know us, and you'll get to know us even more. I think on the next episode we're gonna share some different stories, get to some of those things we didn't get to talk about. We talk about some of our personal heroes, like maybe some more favorite things we've collected over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about some of our favorite movie going experiences. We might even like tell some stories from high school, just like some like shenanigans and then like things. Maybe even talk about some of our favorite and our worst jobs we've ever had. Those are some of the like topics that are kind of on deck for coming
Absolutely.
up on the next few
So
episodes.
kind of some homework I kind of thought about, guys, is that when I was doing my Facebook Live, I started to kind of tease it and talk about it. So as you kind of said, so eventually these will be on like Spotify, Apple Music, Stitcher, and you'll be able to actually listen to them. And of course, watch our beautiful faces while we talk. But
Exactly.
but for most of those, you have to have 2 episodes in the can. So when we have that, we will definitely be putting it out there. So probably expect that fairly soon, considering we'll be doing our next episode here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
but that was just something I was thinking about.
But yeah, probably about 1 to 2 weeks, you'll start seeing it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere that you can find podcasts. It'll be there. So yeah, that's just.
And another thing is kind of seems cliche, but we never do it. Guys, please hit the share button.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I'm always bad about saying that.
Hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to the Jam channel. You know, we need subscribers, man.
It really helps out a lot because we're
new episodes, so you know when we're coming out.
Yeah, hit the little bell. You'll be alerted for all the new episodes, and it just helps us get that much closer to our goal of finally getting monetized. I know that that is going to take probably quite a while, but something that's definitely one of our future goals. So we want to keep putting out awesome content.
Once we get onto like these different platforms like Stitcher and others, we'll be asking you to please go on there and do some reviews of our show, just so we can get
for sure
some more attention to it, because that helps us as well. Yeah,
absolutely. So, but yeah, you guys can just let us know where we can find you. We'll start with Austin. Where can we find you?
Oh, Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to give a poor dog a bone. She bent over and she got a bone in her own. Anyways. I'm going to play the dice game.
We're going to play the dice.
The dice game. Play the dice.
I'm going to rename it.
All right.
Andrew Dice.
Andrew Dice Game. Andrew Dice Game. Huh?
Yeah, right. Oh, hey.
Anyways, you can find me Movie Hero Pez on Twitter, and then I also run the official Twitter page of the channel, so that's Movie Hero 2121 on Twitter as well.
All right. Awesome. And then Chris, where can we find you?
So you can find me on Twitter at writer_84. And you can find me on Facebook as well, under Chris Scott. Probably look up Eagle. Yeah. Yep, you can find me on there. And eventually I will be getting up a Instagram page. So kind of maybe some fun behind-the-scenes pictures or whatever. Maybe, yeah.
You can find him in the Eagle Scout Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Yeah, but same with me too. I'm in there too. I'm also an Eagle Scout. So
nerd.
Maybe someday I'll
geeks. Yeah. I'm on the show with a bunch of not tying geeks.
Oh, okay. You're so refined.
Yeah.
A little Chianti with your.
Listen,
fava bean?
I spend my time buying movies on Amazon like a cool guy.
We spend our time helping the world become a better place. I mean, come on, helping starving children in Africa.
They should. I'll do the Sam Kinison. Well, maybe they should move where the food is.
Have you ever thought of that one? Yeah.
How about you move where the food is?
But But yeah, maybe one of these days we'll have a little episode. We could tell you what we did for our Eagle Scout project, and we can put you all to sleep doing that one. So
Absolutely.
that
We're gonna have one whole show dedicated to talking about our Eagle Scout project.
Yeah, right.
Well, you guys talk about that, and I'll do my review of the movie Bushwhacked with Daniel Stern, where he takes the scouts on a trip.
That movie's so funny.
Yeah, well,
it's a guilty pleasure movie. We'll talk about that in our guilty pleasures episode because I love that horrible movie.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Well, if you do Bushwhack, I'll do Scout's Guide or Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, and then we'll have to find some other Scout movie. Maybe like that one Wes Anderson one that everybody hates.
Troop Beverly Hills, which my ex was obsessed with.
Wes Anderson is the worst thing to happen to movies. No, fuck him.
Yeah,
the best Wes Anderson movie is the SNL short they did making a parody horror movie of Wes Anderson called like The Incredible Coterie of Murderers or something.
That sounds
the greatest thing. It's Ed Norton, who's actually in Wes Anderson movies, playing Owen Wilson in a Wes Anderson movie, and like them doing just a total send-up of like a horror movie of Wes Anderson. It's amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, right.
I'll link it. I'll link it to you after the show. It's hilarious.
Absolutely, guys. Well, this has been our first episode of Podcast League Now.
Yep, and you can find me also where all over the Movie Hero Network. We got an episode of Tier Ranker Fights coming at you. A week from tomorrow, actually, we're going to be doing best and worst fictional vehicles. So that's going to be we're going to have Jen Kemp on the episode. So she's confirmed. Probably a couple of my brothers said they're going to join me for that episode, and then of course the three of us. So that should be fun, and maybe some surprise guests. You never know. So and also you can find me all over the Facebook group Schmodown on Friends and Family. We talk a lot of Schmodown over there, and if you have anything you want to promote, like if you have your own podcast, if you have your own YouTube channel or anything like that, you can promote it over there. So that's where.
If you don't include my Ford Fairlane, I'm gonna smack you in the mouth. Oh.
But yeah, this has been a lot of fun.
This has been Blind Spots. With George. Sorry. Right? This is Podcast League Now, not Blind Spots.
This is Podcast League Now with Pez,
the funny thing
Casablanca Kid, and Movie Hero.
If you switch over to like a different, so you have different little tabs. If you switch over, it just automatically throws a random one up. So that was Blind Spots, which is another show that we do, which probably in about a month. So speaking of blind spots, we're going to do a blind spots for my cousin Vinny is what we kind of talked about. So that'll be coming up in July probably. So it'll be a little bit before it comes up, but we'll get it out there to you. So anyways, yeah, this has been a great time. So for Austin, for Chris, I've been Jordan Movie Hero Anderson, and we'll see you next week.